Welcome, everyone, to Mattel Creations Revealed. We are so excited to have you here with us today. My name's Trisha, and I'll be your host and master revealer. Now, we have 2 days ahead of us completely full of exclusive interviews and never-before-seen products from your favorite Mattel brands. Shout out to Greycorn from UK in the chat, Pure Honey, Clever Graper here. Thank you for joining us. Mattel Creations Revealed, the first of its name, royal of the toy court in the 9 kingdoms of collectibles, protector of the realm of rare, make other collectors jealous treasures. The best part about all this? It's not even fiction. We are the real deal, baby. Real fun, real surprises, and the exclusive reveals, they all start now. The 9 kingdoms of collectibles, Monster High, Uno, Little People, Street Sharks, Masters of the Universe, who we'll be seeing today, and then tomorrow we'll be joining Barbie, Mega, WWE, and Hot Wheels. Now, they all have something to give to their fans today, and each is going to be sharing secrets that will give you a leg up in your own collections. And we've got Jess Kirkman, Senior Director of Brand Creative, here to share the inspiration for this first ever Mattel Creations virtual event. Welcome, Jess.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. I'm Jess. I'm so excited to be here with all of you for our first ever Mattel Creations Revealed event. Woo!
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. We have a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So we have so many surprises in store for all of you. We couldn't fit them into just one day. You're getting an all-access pass inside the walls of Mattel, so get ready for some never-before-seen content, behind-the-scenes secrets, and exclusive product drops over the next 2 days. Now, if you're joining us for Revealed, you already know that Mattel Creations is the destination where fans from around the world can come together to celebrate their love for and get their hands on our incredible toys, art, premium products, and unique collectibles. This truly is the place where nostalgia meets innovation.
We love it.
And speaking of nostalgia, some of you may not know that Mattel began in a garage with a sign that read Mattel Creations. And now that name stands for so much more.
That's so cool.
We've grown into a global community of collectors, which is why all of the toys and collectibles found at MattelCreations.com are crafted exclusively for you, our fans. And we're fans and collectors too, which is why we proudly wear our love for all things toys on our sleeves. Speaking of, do you like our new Mattel Creations fit?
Yeah, show the fit.
Boom, they could be yours. So click down below to add anything or everything to your collections. You won't even have to leave the live stream. So, are you ready for an incredible 2 days of reveals?
2 days. This is so exciting.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say.
Ooh, without a doubt.
Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. So, now for the time-honored tradition of the ceremonial passing of the Magic 8 Ball to our master revealer. Our fate is in your hands, Trisha. Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
I have the power. We're going to have so much fun today. Thank you again, Jess. You're amazing. You shouldn't be surprised that we're starting things out with a little, no, let's say a lot of magic for all of you out there watching. Now, while we're celebrating the toys that we know and love and grew up with, we're also introducing innovative, fresh new takes on some of our most beloved and nostalgic toys. And you're in for a treat because we have brand new additions to the Deluxe Figure 8 collection. Now, if you're like me, then your childhood counselor and advisor was this bad boy right here. Before there was Google, there was Ask Jeeves, and before Jeeves, there was this sage of wisdom. And it still has all the answers. This was the wisest member of my friend group growing up. So our mystic Magic 8 Ball is gaining some new friends today, and we can't wait to introduce you to the new premium Figure 8 collectibles. It's Magic 8 Ball's new squad, if you will, the Figure 8 Deluxe set. The coolest new members joining Magic 8 Ball from across your favorite Mattel brands. Over the next 2 days, fans will get an exclusive first look at the new Figure 8 collectibles available at MattelCreations.com. Now, here to tell us a little more about these freshly designed Figure 8 collectibles, we have Senior Director of Product Design, Ethan Wood, joining us.
Hi, Trish.
Hi, Ethan.
Thanks. Super happy to be here at the first Mattel Creations Revealed. This is pretty amazing, right? And happy to be introducing this little wonder here as well.
So can you tell us a little bit about the figure 8 collector set?
Of course I can. So the figure 8 was designed to be a blank canvas, a canvas in which artists can apply their vision and create art toys. More importantly, it's an art toy intended to be played with. Inspired by the Magic 8 Ball, the figure 8 personifies the classic fortune-telling toy and infuses it with vibrant life, creating something new for your favorite designers and artists to use as a canvas, while at the same time paying homage to Mattel's rich heritage of innovative toys. Overall, the design of the figure 8 was inspired by and intended to complement the clean geometry of both the Magic 8 Ball sphere and the faceted shape of the floating die inside. This clean design approach and the ability to position the toy in any way maximizes creative options for full customization by artists and designers. As part of the development process for these figure 8s, we tapped different Mattel designers across the org to create unique designs on this figure 8 platform. Each designer infused their distinctive flair onto the figure 8, seamlessly integrating it with one of our most iconic Mattel brands in ways that are as imaginative as they are enchanting. Each designer took their own approach, and as you can see today, the meticulous attention to detail makes this deluxe series a true focal point for any collector's shelf. There's beauty in wisdom. So some fans may remember when we teamed up with 88 Rising back in 2021 to drop this beauty, right? For Chinese New Year. It was pretty amazing and it was legendary.
That's gorgeous.
Today, you're going to hear inspiration from some of our top designers who helped bring this vision of the figure 8 premium collector set to life. The creativity and thinking that went into each version of this figure 8 is something that we're really proud of. And the level of craft is what makes this deluxe set a truly iconic collectible, by celebrating the toys and characters you know and love. We really enjoy the fandom-inspired twist on this classic toy. How about it, Trish? Are you ready to see who will be joining the figure 8 family?
Am I ready? Yes, I'm ready. Thank you so much.
All right,
Ethan.
not a problem. Here you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
I get to hold it. Thank you, Ethan. All right, this is very exciting. I'm going to move these just out of the way. All right, everybody, are you ready for the first look at the newest member of the figure 8 series? Let's do it. Let's go ahead. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. It looks like, who said that in chat? Blessed something said this program is previously recorded. It is not. Hi, welcome. My name's Trisha. Nice to meet you. We're here today, and I am really, in live time, unboxing this product today. It's happening, so welcome. We're doing it together. We're all here together. So let's see what this is. Okay, I see the card that I pulled out. Says Rock'em Sock'em. Let me see if I can adjust that so you can see it on camera. There it is. Welcome. Okay, perfect. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Okay, let me get all of this out of the way so we can just take a look at this figure right here. Oh, I love it. So take a look here. It looks like we've got red rocker. Check it out. I love the bam and like the veiny eyeball of it all. Like there's a real punch coming in from over here from Blue Bomber. Bam. Okay, let's take a look at this. Just underneath, you can see it says, "You knocked my block off." I feel this is like nostalgia overload right now. I'm so into it. And let's check out, of course, the design of the stand as well. So this is, I feel like this is like a real fighting tracksuit setup, right? And I love the wrapped gloves. And is that, I mean, I don't want to say, is that like blue blood on? You know, that there's some stuff that came off in that fight. There's some, you know, some wounds that were inflicted there, I think it's safe to say. And let's go ahead and check out the back. We've got the 8 here on the back as well. Of course, Red Rocker, just so you know who it is. Now, designer Damon Sadler created this iconic fighter, and this is what he had to say about it. Rock'em Sock'em was one of my favorite toys as a kid. For these figures, I was inspired by the bold colors and explosive graphics of the original packaging art from the game. Although punched repeatedly in the face, the Red Rocker has gotten his blows in as well, as you can see from the blue marks on his knuckles, face, and hoodie. "You knocked my block off" comes from the original tagline and speaks to the retro spirit of the game. I absolutely love this. I think this is so cool. And of course, for our hawk-eyed fans that are watching right now, you'll find the unboxing of Red Rocker's figures, Ultimate Challenger and Nemesis, the Blue Bomber figure, a little later on today. We can't have one without the other, right? So stay tuned for that. Okay, now let's see We're going to ask it a question. Are you all in for the wildest 2 days of your toy-loving life? What if it says no? It is certain, it says. Well, there you have it. And if you thought I would tease you with just one unboxing, come on now. I'm on your side. I want to get all these unboxings. I'm a collector as well, so I'm going to rip open another box, which is just down here. It's just down here. I hope everyone at Mattel Creations is okay with me doing another unboxing back to back. That's how we're going to do this, though. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, this says Monster High Figure 8. Ooh, yes, love it. Okay, here we go. Let's do the Monster High Figure 8. What's it look like? Dun, dun, dun. Ah, okay, this is adorably cute. Let me just push this over here where my Monster High fans at in chat, right? Okay, here we go. So take a look at this. I'm going to say from the bat accents I can see here on the hair and just the design of the face that this is Draculara. I'm saying this is Draculara. Ooh, we got the logo just in here. And of course, we know with Monster High, it's all about the fashion. I just noticed these safety pin earrings. Ah, that's so cute. That's so cute. All right, and then of course, the outfit. I don't know, I apologize, Monster High fans. I don't know the correct terms for all of the fashion items, but we've got like the frills down here, and it looks like some like laced, some like corseting type of threading here in the back, and the bat wings, and the 8, of course. But this is the Monster High Figure 8 of the collection. So Rebecca Shipman, who'll be joining us a little later in the stream today, designed this spooky addition to the Figure 8 clan, and this is what she had to say about it. I couldn't wait to sink my fangs into designing this adorbs Figure 8 and knew exactly which Monster High character to use for inspiration, Draculara. With her signature killer style of Victorian ruffles, that's what they're called, spider webs and batty details, the coolest ghoul in school is always ready to predict your freaky, fabulous future. Now, fun fact, my friend is the voice actor for Ghoulia in the series, woo! And I've watched the live action movie about 1 million times with my son, so I am pretty stoked about this one. This is cool. Okay, so let's ask another question. It's all about the Magic 8 Ball fortune telling. Let's see. Will I ever be able to dress as well as Draculara? Outlook not so good. Wow, okay. Some spooktacular shade from the Monster High Figure 8 queen herself. That feels hauntingly perfect, and I love it, you know? That's okay. That's what today is all about. I'm here for it. So folks, we're starting this party off with Monster High, and a trivia question for all our bootiful fans who are watching right now. Which ghoul discovered a secret room in the catacombs and turned it into her own personal sound studio? This should be a relatively easy one, so tell us your answers in the chat, and while you're doing that, please welcome Aria Aaron from the Monster High marketing team. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Trisha. Hello, everyone. So excited to be here.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. So Aria, can you tell us a little bit more about the haunting details of this year's exciting lineup, and tell us about what's lurking just around the corner, and do you know the answer to the trivia question?
Well, of course I do. If you answered operetta, you're right. Great job. Congratulations. Now, I'm excited to kick off the day at Monster High. Our loyal fangs know, but some of you may ask, what's Monster High? Well, it's the high school for children of famous monsters. At Monster High, all ghouls are welcome, and all are accepted. Monster High opened in 2010, introducing many beloved characters, and we love reimagining them for our alumni. Monster High collectors, this is our love letter to you all. In 2023, we had a monster year with drops like Elvira, Nightmare Before Christmas, Vampire Heart, Freak the Chic's Draculara from Comic-Con, Stitched in Style Frankie Stein, Chucky and Tiffany, Annabelle, and many others. And there are many more fabulous drops to come in 2024. So be on the lookout for more holiday dolls, more dolls from the crypt, and more spooky entertainment partnerships like Wednesday.
Fun.
And have you joined our Clawsome Fang Club? It's where the true monsters and ghouls gather. Sink your fangs into exclusive perks like voting on dreadfully delightful designs, gaining special access to our fabulous design team, and unlocking chillingly cool collectibles. It's a collector's scream come true. We're all about bringing the Monster High passion to our creeptastic community and making it extra irresistible in every way we can for our fangs and collectors. Join us and let's make every moment fantastic.
I am so tickled by all of the like punniness that's going on today. And honestly, Monster High is pretty killer.
It is.
I can't wait to see what the team has in store.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely clawsome. And today, we're giving you, the fangs, an inside lurk into our new Mattel Creations drop, Lenore Lumington, like on my shirt.
Ooh.
Lenore Lumington is a brand new collector character for Monster High, created specifically for alumni. She is from the mind of our boo-loved designer, Rebecca Shipman. So let's go check her out.
Let's go check her out. Ooh, take a look at this. It's so nice.
She's gorgeous, right?
She is gorgeous.
She is fresh from our garden, very own Lenore Lumington doll that we have here to show you today.
So cool. All right, Monster High fans, you can even click on the Lenore Lumington doll right down here, right now. You'll see it just below. If you click on that, you can check out all her spooky details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without even leaving the live stream. So go check her out, ghouls. And you can get your own Monster High and Mattel Creations t-shirts as well. That is the place to be. Now, Aria, I'm honestly blown away by the detail in this. Like, Lenore Lumington looks spooktacular, truly. And I'm not one to ever say that spiders are cute, but like this little spider friend right here is so adorable.
I mean,
it's almost scary. Adorable.
If I saw him in my apartment, I wouldn't kill it. So cute, right?
That's a winning endorsement for sure.
I mean, I love it. I love it. And there's so many other like details here, like to continue that theme, like whether it's the kind of webbing that we have here on the bodice, the lantern as well, the candle detail. Like there's so much here, and I'm so excited, you know, for the team to dive in a little bit more about what we have here. So really, kudos to Rebecca and the entire team for creating an absolutely creeptastic doll.
Well, you can give Rebecca those kudos in person because she'll be joining us after watching this wickedly wonderful Monster High video. So let's see how Rebecca and the team who worked on the Lenore Lumington doll brought this ghost to life, or should I say afterlife? Afterlife. Let's check it out.
Hey ghouls, welcome to my spooktacular garden where we're going to celebrate the latest Monster High collector doll with my favorite boo crew. I'm Rebecca Shipman, your guide through the mysterious garden of creativity. And today we have a fantastic treat for you. I'm about to reveal the first designer series doll. And ghouls, yes, you've got the very first sneak peek. Introducing the most glamorous ghostly Monster High collector doll, Lenore Lumington. Even though I love creating new characters, it is no easy feat. And when I was bestowed the monstrous mission of designing a completely original Monster High character, I didn't know where to start. But one night, I took a stroll in my garden during the spookiest time of the year, and I was mesmerized by the beautiful designs of intricate webs created by spiders living in my garden. At this moment, I knew I wanted to create a garden ghost character, and that is how Lenore Lumington came about. The idea of our garden ghost got my imagination running, so I penned a poem that would become the soul of Lenore Lumington. On a dark, eerie night, Lenore saw a soft glowing light. Full of curiosity, with a lantern in her hand, she stumbled into a mysterious garden surrounded by glowing sand. This mysterious protected place was so secret and kept out of sight, it could only be entered by bright candlelight. The garden is home to a menagerie of ghostly creatures and flowers, all searching for that special someone who would spend time with them for hours. To be in the garden, you too become a ghostly apparition. But Lenore loved the garden and its creatures so much she wanted to stay with their permission. She noticed her body had become shimmery, ghostly, and very divine. She knew together in this ghostly garden, they could all let their spirits shine. So, with the poem as our muse, I dove into the creative process with a few of my Blossom friends. They'll be joining me in spilling the midnight tea and sharing with you exclusively the process of bringing Lenore Lumington to life. Or, actually, afterlife. My designer friends are true monsters in creation. Joining me now is one of my ghoulies, the spooktacular talent behind the scary cute face of Lenore's pet spider, the sculptor, Arpie Hergian. Hi, Arpie.
Hi, Becca.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Can we spill the midnight tea on the sculpts for Lenore?
Yes, please.
All right. So what was your favorite part about sculpting the pieces for Lenore?
I have to say your illustration was such an inspiration
Aw.
itself. So what all of those little characters had in common was that they were really spooky, yet beautiful and charming.
Yeah, you captured that so well. So what's your favorite part of the doll creation process?
As a sculptor, I love sculpting, especially when the design has organic shapes, because that's where I feel like I could get creative and really let my intuition flow.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
flow with the spider webs and the vapor in her boots.
Yeah, those were so much fun to sculpt. I totally just get carried away when I'm doing organic shapes.
I find sculpting so fascinating. Can you tell me more about your process?
So as a digital sculptor, I use this tool that allows me to feel resistance of the clay on the screen. And it's probably the closest thing to traditional sculpting that you could get. It feels like magic.
Yeah, I've tried it before and it feels like you're touching something tangible, but it's not there. It's like you're sculpting a ghost.
So cool.
Oh, I'm so glad that you came to visit me.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
I'm excited to introduce you to two incredibly talented, dedicated designers, Lizette Sanchez from our soft goods team and Diana Leto, who created the Creeptastic packaging. Welcome, and it's so good to see you.
Yeah, we're
Thanks
excited
for
to be
having
here.
us.
Thanks for coming to the garden.
It's spooktacular.
Yeah, so let's talk about soft goods. How do you start the whole soft goods fashion process?
First, you show us your sketch, which was beautiful, by the way.
It was
Such a good sketch.
so inspiring.
Good, I'm glad the inspiration was that. It's awesome.
I was just thinking, like, wow, how does the moon hit the spider web and just like light up?
And that's how we have like the black glitter. And this fabric is fantastic. And the color, what kind of fabric is that?
We planned it on chiffon. We tried a bunch of different types of fabric. None of them looked
Like flowy.
just right.
Yeah.
This one, it has like an airy quality.
And let's talk about like the color, because that was fun, because I wanted that like midnight blue.
It took us not too many tries, which is amazing.
Yes, because sometimes it
Sometimes
doesn't.
it takes a while.
I remember meeting with your team and we had the black glitter dot detail. It was on the skirt as well. But then I'm like, it still needs to have that garden element. So we did a kind of midnight scene of the garden with the critters and the flowers.
The little spider web and the little hidden mouse.
Aw.
Love them. It's so detailed, and I feel like it works so well with the chiffon and the airy, floaty details.
I love the lace on the dress.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, we were really inspired by Becca's design and Becca's description of her spiders that grow in her garden. And we were thinking, what would evoke that in fabric form?
Yeah.
And we found this lace that looks almost spiderweb-like.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love your team's interpretation of my concept. It came out beautiful. Diana, I'm dying to hear how you came up with this spectacular packaging for Lenore.
Well, like the whole team, I was captivated by your poem, and it made me really want to enter the world of Lenore Lumington and make sure we had that mystical quality throughout. So I made sure to incorporate some botanical elements and creatures and other designs that I felt really resonated with her character.
So good.
If you look at the packaging, you'll see that the poem is on the back, but it's also weaved on the inside, and there's lots of little Easter eggs, not just the poem, but there's a ghost inside lurking as well, and lots of layers in the packaging, including the packaging sleeve that comes off. And as you remove the packaging sleeve, there are layers of hidden reveals, and the hand-drawn elements show you different Easter eggs.
Yeah, you love drawing. I do too, just like me. Like, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have that in common, and it was such an honor to be able to draw hand-drawn illustrations on this. So some of the illustrations you'll see are Becca's, some of them are from the fashions, and some I got to add in with the creepy little florals with eyes. And as you remove the sleeve, you'll see that it kind of changes and it has hidden reveals.
Yeah, and I love the creepy parts, especially like the melted wax and the roots of the branches and trees. So cool.
Thank you.
There's a little surprise too, right, with the logo?
Yes, so on the packaging we also have some really beautiful illuminating and glow-in-the-dark elements, including the glow-in-the-dark logo, which is on the front. And not only does the logo glow in the dark, but the overall has an illuminating feeling with the fluorescent inks that we had to strategically place in the packaging. It was a challenge because we had to make sure that the fluorescent inks that we chose popped really beautiful on the black packaging. But also I want to make sure that that layering and reveal aspect of the unboxing was always relevant when you're looking at it. This would allow collectors to have it on their shelf with the sleeve on or with the sleeve off, and then you get all the layering feelings if you choose the right colors. If you look closely, there's 3 to 4 colors depending on the outer or the inner carding, and you'll see hidden elements of creatures in the background because it's a very rich purple.
Hey ghouls!
Barbie!
Sorry, I totally got lost in the gardens there.
Did you get stuck in some spider webs?
I did.
You did?
Did you see Lenore?
I did, and she's amazing.
Awesome! Well, I'm so glad you ghouls are here to share with our fans behind the scenes on packaging, soft goods, and sculpting. So in honor of Lenore, let's do a little cheers. Screen work makes the dream work.
Cheers.
So that's the tea on Lenore Lumington, soon to be the latest beauty to grace your garden. Thanks for joining us, school friends. Bye.
Welcome back, ghouls. You've been sharing all the questions that you're dying to know in the chat. And we got the one and only Rebecca Shipman here with us to answer them for you. So welcome, Rebecca.
Welcome, Rebecca.
Hey, ghouls. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Well, Rebecca, first off, Lenore Lumington is gorgeous.
Aw, thank
I'm
you so
deadly
much.
serious. Like, she's stunning.
Aw, thank you. She's a labor of love.
That's awesome. And our ghouls, they have been asking more about her. So you want to answer some questions for us?
Sure, let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay, so thank you to those of you in chat asking your questions. We've been trying to pull a couple of them out. So I want to start with this one. This looks like this is from Omira2728. Said, once you got the inspiration for the character, what was the process like actually sketching her?
Yeah, so when we create new characters, we pull a lot of inspiration and imagery to really flesh out who this character is. So for Lenore, once I figured out that she'd be looming around during the Victorian era, that her color scheme would be inspired by night blooming flowers, that candlelight and glowing orbs would light her way to the mysterious garden, and that she would meet a little spider friend along the way. All this stuff helped me write the story and the poem, as well as sketching her out fairly fast because I already knew her so well.
Nice, nice. And we have our next question from Fabulous Goal 1, okay? So let's talk a little bit about the details. What are the little details that are your favorite?
Oh, there's so many. Her face. So our very talented face painter, Sasha, really captured that melancholic beauty that I wanted for Lenore. There's like a sweet sadness behind those glittery tears. They're happy tears, but they're still a little bit sad.
I didn't notice the glittery tears
Yeah.
at first until I saw someone in chat ask about the tears.
Yeah.
Is there like a story behind them, or you said it's just like a sweet sadness?
I think it just goes along with the poem, and you know, like we've mentioned before, that she's inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's way of writing. There's a sadness to that, so that inspired her to look. I also love the deep, dreamy blue of her dress. It just came out so beautiful. And I also love the black glittery garden scene that we added to the hem. That was sort of a last-minute ad that I created for her, and it just came out so pretty.
Yeah, I love those black glitter accents. They're so pretty. All right, let me get another question from chat. It looks like we have from Fantastic Drac. What was the most fun part about the collaboration to bring Lenore to life?
One of my favorite things just in general in designing is working with our talented super specialty teams. So we've got soft goods, hair and face, sculpting, and a model shop, just to name a few. They help turn my concepts into beautiful, tangible little monsters. So it's just really fun to see your prototypes come together magically with the help of those teams.
I'm sure.
I just love hearing about like all the background and context that brings this beautiful doll to life. So Ghouls, thank you so much for your questions. Really helped expound more on the doll, so really loved it. And Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us to answer them.
Thank you for having me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the inside look into the designer process for Lenore.
I mean, I know I did. And personally, I cannot wait to get my claws on one of them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this is super cool. Okay, so let me see. Thanks for the shout out. Helpful, was it Helpful Fondue? I'm sorry if I messed up your name, said amazing work. Thank you to everybody in chat who is here. And let me just see, it looks like, especially I want to give a thank you to Nimble Oatmeal. We're howling for joy to have fans like you in the Monster High family. So we hope you enjoy your thank you gift, a one-of-a-kind autographed Monster High figure 8 signed by Rebecca Shipman.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, for those of you who might be just joining the live stream, viewers have been haunted by a first look at the garden ghost, Lenore Lumington. A huge thank you to Aria and to Rebecca and all the Monster High designers for joining us, answering some of the questions we've been dying to know. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Bye,
much. All right, folks, you will want to stick around for Uno up next, because there's a special Monster High surprise that you'll be the first to know about. So stay tuned after we visit the real Mattel offices that you did not get to see in the Barbie movie. There it is.
What's going on, Mattel Creations? Welcome to my cube. Here is the Barbie Moschino collector set in all its glory. So the rarest toy in my collection for sure is the Sean Weatherspoon Hot Wheels color shifters. But I also have the shoes on today from the collection as well.
Hey, welcome to my cube. Come on in. This is my cube here at Mattel. Been working here for about 5 years, and this is the stuff I've accumulated. I've got some really cool toys down here, some Mattel Creations original guys. This guy is just like a throwback to my little childhood, Skeletor. I just had that really cool like villain, but also like the see-through like that, like, it's me, Skeletor, evil.
So I have it split up into different categories. Over here is my Barbie section. Back here is my Monster High area. And then up here is a combo of kind of everything. Well, it probably had to start with 1994 Earring Magic Barbie. I will say that my addiction is vintage Barbies. And so I've probably spent closer to $1,000 on one doll. Oh my God. Yeah, I did, but it was worth it.
Welcome to my MC Cube. Scalita got me into collecting. My best friend gave me to her, and it was the first Monster High doll I ever got. She saw a skeleton girl and she thought I would love it, and she was right. And then I brought her to my cube.
How's it going today? Please come on in. Been here for 14 years. I started as a designer, but now get to help out in the way that we do things that are right for the world, increasing representation and inclusion across the world for everyone and all of our fans of our toys. That's from legit 1980, I think. Day to Night Ken, that's my dude. I would never take him out of the box. He looked just like me.
Hi guys, welcome to my cube. My name is Javi and I'm a staff product designer on the Barbie portfolio. This is my inspirational wall, so anything I ever find inspiring, I have old product that I got. This is one of the mood boards that I did for Skipper Babysitters Inc. This is really fun, gets me really inspired. This is my holy grail, this is Day to Night Barbie. This is actually the repro, but I do have the original at home.
Welcome to my cube. I was in the Mattel annual costume competition for Halloween, and I went as Weird Barbie, and I won this Stussy Magic 8 Ball, which is from Mattel Creations, and that ain't nothing.
Hi, welcome to my cube. This is where I conduct my workday. My Wendy Waters Rescue Hero. Those were my favorite when I was a kid. That's what got me into like toys and collecting. Those were really like the first things to ignite my imagination.
I'm laughing. One of you in chat said I want to work here just so I can design my cubicle, and I'm sorry I missed whose name said that, but those are definitely some enviable collections. And it does seem like it would be super cool to work here. But do you want to know what collectible none of them have yet? One of these. A premium figure 8 collectible, and it's anyone's guess what this one will look like inside. So shall we find out together? I feel like that could be fun. Let's do it. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, okay. The card says Rock'em Sock'em. There you go. You guys can see that right. So based on the Rock'em Sock'em friend that we unboxed earlier, I have a guess what this will be. Here we go. Here we go. What is it? Yep. My guess was correct. Chat, was your guess correct? Here we go. Yes. All right, let me take this just down here. Looks like Blue Bomber figure 8 coming in to the scene. So let's check it out. You see taking a nice red rocker punch here with the BAM, and just over here the veiny eyeball just like before. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it really does. Again, you knocked my block off there in the center, so it'll match his counterpart, right? And then we've got the fighting suit. Again, we've got the wrapped hands here with the detailing, the red detailing, because you know they're mid-battle. Oh, here we go. It says Blue Bomber here on the back, and it's the 8. So I don't know. I feel like I would need to have this one on my shelf as a set, because in one corner you have Red Rocker, and in the other corner you have Blue Bomber. Now, designer Damon Sadler also created this one, and I often think about, chat, I want to hear your theories. What started their fight? Like, what are the fan theories? Is there actually like a canon what started the Rock'em Sock'em Robots fight? I don't know if there is. I keep looking over here because I see that's where my chat is. Pineapple on pizza, says Bouncy Lettuce. Yes, pineapple on pizza must be what started their fight. And do you think they'll ever kiss and make up? I don't know. But this punch dealing duo is really a fantastic addition to the figure 8 team and a perfect segue into another one of our favorite Mattel games, Uno. So I don't know about you guys, but in my house, we're big tabletop game people. That's what we do on family nights. So I have a lot of Uno decks. Uno Show 'em No Mercy, Uno Flip, Uno Attack. But today, we're introducing an all-new way to play. But I digress. Question for our Magic 8 Ball. Should I occasionally let my kid beat me in Uno? Better not tell you now. Okay. Is that because we're recording Magic 8 Ball? Is it like our secret? In due time, my son. Till then, sorry, Mama's going to take home the win. Did I mention that we're a weirdly competitive family? I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that's how my family is. So if you're like that too, shout it out and let me know in the chat. Hi, Epic Mochi, says Lols. I appreciate that you like my silly jokes. Okay, all right. Thank you, Magic 8 Ball. You're the absolute best. All right. Monster High fans, stick around. We have some Monstrous Uno and Monster High news coming up in just a moment, and you're not going to want to miss it. And yes, the time has come for all my tabletop game players out there, so bust out the popcorn because we've got the dynamic Uno duo ready to tell us what's in store for 2024. And you aren't, hold on, I prepped this. This is going to be good. Where did it go? It got lost. I was going to say you're not going to want to skip it with like a skip card, but it didn't happen. That's all right. Let's get this Draw 4 party started with Molly Hampton and Nick Hayes. Welcome to the stream today, Molly and Nick. Can you tell us a little bit about what you both do for Uno?
Yes, of course. Hey, Trisha. I'm Molly, and I'm the Director of Global Brand Marketing of all things Uno. We are thrilled to be here and to share some fantastic news with all the Uno lovers tuning in today.
And I'm Nick. I'm a lead designer on the games team. It's always a blast to talk about Uno, especially with such an awesome community.
That's fantastic. I've seen people since the start of the stream today in chat cheering for Uno, so they are ready. Let's dive right into the Uno magic. So 2023 was nothing short of spectacular for Uno, right? Like, we're talking about record-breaking moments.
Oh, it was incredible. One lucky fan became the chief Uno player, living the absolute dream, spending 4 weeks in New York City playing Uno Quattro with fans. We also visited Art Basel last year, and while there, Chantel Martin promoted her premium exclusive deck.
And we made it our debut at San Diego Comic-Con, bringing Uno to a whole new level of excitement. And let's not forget the love we got at Questlove's game nights.
I mean, celebrities are just like us. They also hate getting hit with a Draw 4.
Definitely.
Absolutely, but guess what? We're not hitting the brakes in 2024. Get ready for Uno Fandom going live today.
Awesome. All right, what else can you tell us about Uno Fandom?
Well, Trisha, every day we see the pop culture landscape evolving at lightning speed, and we want to continue to be at the forefront of those changes. Uno is the #1 traditional games property globally, and we know there's a demand to celebrate each and every one of those unique passions. Fans on social media and in the comments are always asking for specific properties, and we thought you asked, we'll answer.
Cool.
We actually hear our fans loud and clear on social media and anywhere. And for the first time, we're bringing those requests to life in the most Uno way possible. Like, we're really pulling out all the stops.
That's fantastic. Molly, can you share a little about the development of Uno Fandom?
Yeah, of course. Let's check it out. So we wanted every deck to resonate with fans. We consulted them during the design and development process. Their feedback was invaluable, shaping every single deck with the fans in mind. We even accessed exclusive artwork and imagery that isn't usually available, making each deck truly special.
Okay, well, I mean, I love hearing about a brand having that kind of collaborative relationship with their fans and their community. Like, that's why this whole live stream and everything is happening. That's really, really cool. So what is the goal, would you say, of Uno Fandom?
Our goal is really to explore every pop culture avenue possible. I'm talking sports, entertainment, toys, comics, arts. We want everything. We want to celebrate fandoms, whether they're mainstream or niche. You know, we're trying to foster a sense of community. Uno Fandom offers fans another way to share their passion with others.
Yes, exactly. Uno Fandom is like a library of premium collector Uno decks that'll keep growing with regular drops. It's a unique way for fans to engage with their favorite properties and build a collection that truly reflects their interests and to show off to their family and friends.
I mean, I'm always excited to see my favorite properties show up on an Uno deck. So thank you so much for sharing all these details about Uno Fandom. I'm sure everyone in chat is just as eager as I am to see what new decks you'll be showing us today. So, I mean, we've got them here. Can you tell us about the designs we'll be talking about today?
Definitely. So check it out. These decks are designed to celebrate fan favorite properties. Sports, entertainment, toys, comics, arts, you name it. But we're kicking off with 15 decks across 7 different fandoms. And guess what? The library is only going to keep growing with regular drops. So there's always going to be something new and exciting for our dedicated fans.
Yes, exactly. Uno Fandom is more than a game, it's an experience. we're launching a brand new line of premium collector Uno decks, something special for those who truly live and breathe Uno, exclusively available at MattelCreations.com.
Awesome. We have a special video diving into the wonderful worlds of Monster High, Masters of the Universe, and Harry Potter with a special NFL sneak peek. So stick around after the video for more details to come. But for now, let's watch.
Hey, Rob.
Hello, Scott. Or should I say Skeletor?
You could say Skeletor. I will answer to that today.
And even though I am He-Man, I will answer to Master of the Universe because that's what I'm going to be today.
That sounds great. This deck is super cool. It's just loaded with art from the Golden Super Adventure series. I've not seen most of this, so this is cool
it's
to be
amazing.
able to see.
I'm seeing stuff from like Earl Norem and more. This is totally the vintage artwork that got me completely hooked.
I came along a little later. I loved the 2002 series, the 2000X series. I bought the DVDs, the action figures, the statues, and so it's really fun to go back and see some of the stuff
Where it all began? Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
I'm torn. It's either Orko or Evil Lynn. So I've got one good one, one bad one.
And luckily they're now like besties.
They are.
They're totally best friends now. But really, it's got to be like neck and neck because that guy has got a very singular power. He can just telescope his neck, but sometimes you just gotta see ahead.
Yeah, this is cool. So the special rule card here, the Armory of Grayskull, it lets you force everyone else to show their cards, and then you get to choose whichever card you want. So I'm gonna take that from you. This is the special foil version of it.
Oh, wow. And look, it's very powerful, He-Man.
Speaking of how powerful he is, he's on the wild card.
Right, which you don't usually associate He-Man with being the wild guy
Right.
at any party. He's very always like, really solid, dependable, but the wild card is, of course, the most powerful card in the deck, so it's only appropriate that it have the most powerful man in the universe.
Yep, I have the power to change the color of play. Okay, so Rob, I want to stipulate one thing before we start playing. Skeletor approves of stacking. It is a Snake Mountain House rule.
You know, I can't abide by that.
What?
I'm Mr. Rulebook, right? And I am the master of the universe, but there's no stacking in Eternia.
Evil goes first?
Always. Evil always attacks first.
All right, well, I can play because I've got a green card.
I'm drawing. The first round goes to Skeletor.
I have the Armory of Grayskull here, the foil version.
God, the secrets of Grayskull revealed.
Exactly. So I am going to take one of your wild cards.
No! That's my power sword.
And then I give you one of mine.
Well, because He-Man's never out
So
of the count.
here's a Roboto. I'm giving you a number 7.
All right, all right.
All right.
Ooh.
Card. Yellow card.
Oh! I see a motif.
Yep.
Pata!
And one more yellow card.
Well, I'll play your yellow Roboto card that you just gave me, and this better not be a surprise sneak attack.
So, a lot's gonna happen right here.
I think you're lulling me into a trap. I think you're luring me into a trap.
I have.
Blue 1 He-Man. I match it with a blue 7 Roboto!
Draw 4!
Oh!
I am going to say Uno, because I have one card left.
Oh, this is the darkest day. In addition to losing, I will vow to come back for the sequel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a sequel.
Yeah, I was counting.
I trust you.
Okay, me first. Don't look at my cards.
Okay.
Well, don't show it to people.
Keep your eyes on your own cards. Okay. Look at this draw 2 card. It's our favorite class couple, Cleo and Deuce.
It's cute that they're the +2. I think it's super smart. Very clever.
Thank you. I worked that one through with the Uno team.
I'm going to play my favorite card in the deck, which is Frankie's hand. Let's look at one other player's hand and pick a card that they want.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, look at the artwork here. It's from the original Comic-Con, black and white Frankie. It's where I first saw Monster High for the first time and fell in love.
It's even got her shape too.
Her signature lightning bolt.
It's voltageous.
Always loved the way this art on Dracula looks. So any card with that Dracula art for sure.
She is very cute.
And my favorite card has to be the number 13. It doesn't have a special rule, but we had to add the number 13 to this Uno deck. What do you find most inspiring about Monster High, Bunny?
I think probably the diversity in it. Monster High was really special to me growing up. It's kind of crazy to come full circle and work on the brand as a product designer now, when it was so special to me as a kid.
I love the messaging of Monster High. I always felt like a weirdo, so it's nice to have a brand that embraces that for sure.
I feel like everyone that works on Monster High is at least a little bit of a weirdo.
Aren't we all? What do you guys think the fans are going to think about these Uno cards?
They're very nostalgic, right? Like they kind of remind you of the Uno cards we had as kids.
It's like the 2 points of nostalgia coming together.
Right?
Perfect for both of the brands to get something really special.
This box is so pretty.
Oh yeah, with Uno fandom crossed out, and now we have our fandom on here.
No, that was not me. I wish that was me, but that is so cute. And all of this artwork on here is from the archive, so we had to dig it up from the original Monster High.
My favorite is the little skullettes and like the torn kind of edging that's here on the cards.
Seriously. Uno team did a great job on these.
They just put so much detail into these for the fangs.
They were keeping it real.
Creeping it real, I think you mean.
Everyone's favorite Ireland man.
Keep rolling with Seamus.
Dumbledore, get in there.
Come on, Ron.
Uno! Oh! I'm unfortunately gonna draw for you.
Oh, comes back to bite me.
The first house in our magical roster is Slytherin with the wild Parseltongue card. Once drawn, you must hiss like a serpent and watch the last player to hiss draw another card. Truly Slytherin cunning in full display.
For our Ravenclaw friends, we have the wild Salviohexia card. Reflect those attacks from draw 2 and draw 4 cards and make the other player draw 1. A clever move worthy of Ravenclaw intellect.
Hufflepuff brings us to the Protego Maxima card. Choose a fellow player and shield them from the onslaught of draw cards. Loyalty and protection, the true Hufflepuff move.
And last but not least, we have, for the bold and daring Gryffindor, the Sword of Godric Gryffindor card. Now, this card lets you make the next player draw 3 cards, or you can give it to someone else to be the hero, and make the next player draw 3 cards instead if someone's about to go out.
Keith, Adam, Jonathan, what are your favorite cards? My favorite card is going to be the skip card because it happens to feature my favorite villain.
I would have to say for Gryffindor, my favorite card is the draw 2 card. It features the Weasley twins, and it's gonna make you draw 2 cards, a little mischievous, just like them.
For me, I know he's on the 4, but Hufflepuff Heartthrob, Cedric Diggory, #1 in my book.
Of course. So what are all your favorite characters in each of your decks?
I guess I'd have to say Professor Lupin. I like his wolfy charm.
For me, it's Luna Lovegood all the way.
Of course.
Love her.
It's really hard to choose. You know, Cedric is great. Tonks, of course, is like amazing. But I think my favorite character might be in your deck.
Oh.
Curious to know who yours is.
I think my favorite character in my deck has to be Snape, just because of his turnaround in the movies. It really shows that he has all the heart.
I love Bellatrix.
Right?
Wow.
I mean,
well, what does everyone think of the new house rules?
I think it'll make the game a lot more interesting, a lot more fun, new fresh take to Uno.
Yeah, I think it gives you a little added spice of role play, like if you wanted to like play as your favorite house.
Yeah, I agree. I love that the rules really capture the spirit of each house, and it'll make it a lot of fun to think about that when you're playing.
Y'all, that is incredible, and it does not stop there. Fans have been asking so many questions in chat. It's been hard to try to pull them all, but I'm doing my best, I promise. And of course, we've got lots of questions as well. And you know, you've been showing us the love in chat. We might just do the same. You know what I mean? And everyone, brace yourselves, because we're about to dive headfirst into this Uno fandom product reveal.
Yes, that's right, Trisha. I am so excited, and it's obvious that our fans are too. We're talking 15 decks across 7 fandoms, an Uno deck all-you-can-play buffet for our fans.
And we're talking about decks that are not just cards. They're a celebration of characters, scenes, and themes from your favorite fandoms.
And let's not forget, the cherry on top, the collectible foil card. It's like finding the golden ticket in an Uno chocolate bar.
Oh, I like that.
And the best thing is we designed a special rule that is tailored specifically for every single fandom deck. So every deck is full of surprises for our fans.
Okay, I love the special rules in these decks. So, can you say more about what the individual special rules are?
Yes, of course. Drum roll, please. The first collection of decks we're unveiling are the NFL and NFLPA decks. Creating product for this huge sports franchise has always been a dream of mine since joining Mattel. I know my coworkers are sick of hearing of it, but I'm beyond thrilled to be able to be a part of this launch for Uno fandom.
Yay.
And with that, I'd love to introduce product designer and fellow NFL fan, Aaron Wild, to join me in going through these Uno decks to use every game day.
Thank you. I'm super excited. All right, we've got the best of the best of the best. Your favorite quarterbacks and all-pros and more, Molly.
And if you don't see your favorites, hop into the chat and let us know who you're cheering for.
Yes, absolutely, Molly. And don't worry, fans, this fall we'll have all 32 teams. So, Uno aficionados, are you ready for an NFL-inspired Uno fandom takeover? I'm repping the Eagles. Go Birds!
Ooh, I'm an Eagles fan too.
There we go.
There we go.
No, we got an Eagles sandwich. Okay, your only flaw.
Hey, if it's only one, that's great.
But I won't hold it against you. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, Chase all day. Can I get a who day? No. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Only one, just
Nobody
me.
in here?
Got it. Okay. You know, we'll go through that later. I digress. Let's get into the Uno fandom decks and share all the special rules that are going to bring the NFL energy to your game rights.
Some who days in chat, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness. Whew, thought I was the only one.
Saved by the chat.
First up, for the 49ers fan, yes, looking at you, Arik, it's the backup rule. It lets a player keep a card as the backup to use instead of drawing cards. Your secret Uno strategy from all of your favorites like Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. And let's be honest, that worked pretty well for them this year, I think.
It did, it did. Next off, with the biggest rival of the Bengals, sorry, Molly, you may want to put on some ear muffs for this one. We have the Steelers rule, the steel curtain. Block any draw card played on you. It's like having decades of the best defensive lines, past and present, in your NFL hand.
All right, let's get that black and yellow out of here. Next up, and Aaron, this one's for you, representing Eagles Nation. Get ready for the Fly Eagles Fly rule. Flap your arms, make Eagle sounds, and dance as hard as Jason Kelsey, and watch everyone else draw one card. Uno meets halftime show vibes for all those playing and watching.
So wait, you actually like
Yes,
do it?
you actually fly around. That's Fly Eagles Fly. You can sing it too if you want. I mean, I will.
Fly
You're
Eagles
welcome
fly.
for that.
Yep.
You're welcome.
All right, now Cowboys fans, or should I say America's team, this one's for you. We have the Hail Mary rule. Guess the color of another player's last card, and if you're right, discard down to one card. It's like having a DAC attack, throwing a game-winning pass.
What's not to like there?
What?
Next up for our Patriots fans, I'm sorry, I know it's a little bit of a challenging year, but this special rule will help you bounce back next year. It's the lead block rule. Block certain action cards played on you, a strategic move to control the Uno field.
Pretty good. And last but certainly not least, Chiefs fans, it's the Arrowhead Loud rule. Shout out a color, and if it's the next color, if the next player doesn't have that color, they have to draw a card and skip their turn. Let that Arrowhead pride shine. This deck was made to be a Super Bowl. They've been to the Super Bowl 4 out of the last 6 years, and they're always invited to the parties.
This is great. I also love, Chad is getting so in on the football fandom. Rivalries, that's what we'll call it. We'll call it rivalries today. So much fun.
All right, Molly. So this was a pretty good last year for a lot of fans. But what was your favorite moment from last year?
I mean, it's got to be T. Higgins. Touchdown pass, yeah, against the Vikings, week 15.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was pretty good.
Can't hate it. Can't hate it. And speaking of powerful moves, Aaron, what's your go-to Uno card?
Ooh, there's a lot, but it's got to be the Wild Draw 4. It's a game changer, just like that clutch play in the 4th quarter.
Couldn't agree more, Aaron. All right, Uno fans, get ready for an NFL Uno experience like never before to take you with you wherever you go.
I love this. I mean, NFL, there it is. NFL fans are, I feel like, definitely scoring with this powerful lineup. You see what I did there? Honestly, this is really, really fun.
Well, speaking of scoring and speaking of power, let's get ready to teleport into the wonderful world of Disney, where we celebrate some of our unsung heroes, the villains. Now, brace yourselves, Uno fans, because we are about to dive into a world where villains reign supreme. And who better to guide us through this treacherous journey than Bengals fan Molly?
Did Aaron push you up to this?
Yeah.
He did. Regardless, I am in my villain era, so I'll allow it. And I'm here with my partner in crime, product marketer, Jonathan Bryson. Ready, Jonathan?
Ready as ever, Molly. Uno fans, hold on to your magic carpets because we're about to dive into a realm where villains rule the game. It's time to unveil the Disney Villains Uno deck. Get ready for a whole new level of Uno wickedness.
Each card is a wicked masterpiece, bringing to life the essence of our favorite Disney villains and using never-before-seen neon graphics. I love the instant read of Maleficent on the front of package, who truly is one of the most iconic in terms of villains, Jonathan.
And don't forget the Maleficent's gift rule, a devious twist that lets one player curse others by giving 4 extra cards to any player or players they want.
Truly diabolical. Yeah. Jonathan, I know you're a huge Disney fan. What are some of your favorite cards in the deck?
Well, I love the Cruella art on the number 8 card. She is looking wild-eyed and completely crazed, ready to steal this game of Uno like it's a pack of puppies. Of course, I'm always partial to the Uno action cards, which are deliciously shady in this game. We've got these 2 poor unfortunate souls, Flotsam and Jetsam, on the draw 2 card. And my absolute favorite action is paired with my favorite Disney villain. It's the reverse. It's Ursula. It's the Reversala card.
I love that. You're a huge fan for Disney, and I love the passion behind this.
Do you have a favorite villain?
You know, I'd probably have to say the Evil Queen. You know, she always has a snack or 2 on hand, even if it is a
Snow White's
poisonous
Evil Queen?
apple.
Yeah.
I have her in there too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Love this deck and love everything that the Villains deck is bringing to us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, we're getting right into it. Uno fans, before we get cursed, trapped, or turned into truly haunting seaweed by any of these villains, let's kick this magic carpet into high gear and embark on a journey through the 4 nations with the Avatar: The Last Airbender Uno deck. I saw some people in the chat that are super stoked for this, so joining us for this epic ride is the brilliant, unbelievable Michelle Compton, the packaging designer extraordinaire who brought this deck to life.
Yay!
Thank you, Molly.
Awesome. Michelle, spill the beans, or should I say cabbages, on this special rule that's going to transport us straight into the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Of course. Uno explorers, get ready for the Avatar State Rule. It lets a player take a turn anytime they like if they have all 4 elements or colors in their hand. Because if you're the Avatar and you can control all of the elements, let's be honest, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, right? Won't your friends love it?
Yes, and honestly, I love this rule tool too. Let's be honest, Michelle, this deck is beautiful. It showcases all of the iconic characters and elements of the four nations. Truly a masterpiece. Can you go into a little bit more detail about that in particular?
Of course. Every color is inspired by a nation. We've got water for blue, fire for red, earth for green, and air for yellow. Every card features beautiful illustrations with details depicting each element on the cards to immerse yourself in the world of Avatar as you play. We've also got our favorite characters like Katara and Sokka with the Water Tribe, Fire Nation Zuko, Uncle Iroh, and more, Earth Kingdom's very own Toph, and of course Aang representing the Air Nation. But watch out for that skip card, or Molly, you might just end up losing your cabbages.
Not my cabbages! Nailed it. All right, Uno Adventurers, we're not done yet. Get ready to shift from elemental magic to another realm of unique characters.
All right, Uno Explorers, now we're about to set our phasers to fun for this next Uno deck.
That's right, we're boldly going where no Uno player has gone before with the Uno Star Trek deck. Nick, can you give us a lowdown on the special rule that's going to beam us straight into the Star Trek universe?
Definitely. We're full of bad puns today.
I know. I love it.
I'm going to keep it going with Uno Away Team. Prepare for the Mirror Mirror card. This actually forces the chosen player to draw cards until they match the number held by the player with the most cards in the game. It's like navigating the threat of the mirror universe.
Intergalactic strategy at its finest.
Definitely.
Now, Nick, in a deck filled with iconic Star Trek characters and scenes, do you have a favorite card?
It's hard to pick, but my favorite is probably going to be the Salt Vampire Wild card. It's like this card lets you impersonate an individual card, anyone you want. So, like Spock, you're really going to be asking, is that your real draw four, or is that is that Nancy? But the best thing here is the draw four. Yeah. It's a triple draw four, because the trouble with triples is one can quickly turn into four before you know it.
Thank you, Nick, for taking us on this quite literal warp speed tour of the Star Trek universe. I feel like I can finally call myself a Trekkie.
You're on your way. But what a ride. You know, I'm still buzzing for this whole epic Uno journey.
Me too, Nick. And navigating through the realms of magic, monsters, and the final frontier, the Uno universe has never been more diverse in celebrating the interests of our Uno fandom. A massive shout out to our special guests for adding their creative spark to Uno.
Definitely. And the Uno fandom revolution is really only beginning. We're just getting started. Uno fandom is going to continue to offer fans ways to share their passion with others, and with regular drops, these premium decks are going to keep growing, just like Tribbles.
Just like Tribbles. Uno fans, you can even click on any of the decks down here, by the way, below the stream. If you click on that, you'll be able to check out all the details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without leaving the live stream. You can even get your very own Uno shirts, hey, like they've been modeled today, and Mattel Creations shirts here too. So there you have it. Stay tuned for more reveals, more surprises, and more Uno fandom fun. So we heard your questions on social. Thank you so much for all of your questions. We're going to take a minute or a few minutes, hopefully, to answer them right now. But to kick things off, I actually have a question for you. So a little trivia question. Where was Uno first created? In chat, let us know what you think the answer is. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask our panel up here our first question from chat. It looks like from Faraj Kinda says, what's your favorite Uno?
I can take that one.
Yeah?
My favorite Uno is probably going to be the Mario Kart Uno. And I like that because the wild item box card, you never know what you're going to get. It could be a blue shell, it could be a red shell, it could be a banana peel.
I love the items in the Mario Kart deck. That's a favorite in my family. So
absolutely.
That's
and Nick, you know what other game that I love that you think you're being a little shy about since you might have been a part of creating it?
What is it?
Our newest Show 'em No Mercy deck. The most brutal, ruthless, and might I say unapologetic version of Uno.
Yeah, and if you had trouble over Thanksgiving because that No Mercy deck, I personally apologize, but also not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. All right, I saw a bunch of answers coming in to our trivia question, including I saw Spain, I think I saw Mexico, Cincinnati, Ohio, I saw Reading, Ohio. What is the actual answer?
Yes, so Uno was actually created in Ohio by a gentleman named Merle Robbins. and out of a barber shop. And he actually sold the Uno decks outside of his barber shop too, which is really incredible.
Really?
So, yeah, it's a really fun story.
That is a very fun origin story. So congrats and all the internet points to everybody who answered Ohio. You got it. Another question from chat. This looks like it's from Ellie Mac 14. Says, how many different types of Uno are there?
There's hundreds by now, and we're releasing more every year, so it's only going to grow.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm like, I know I own over a dozen at least, so it's got to be a big number. All right, here's one from J. Mitch. What is your inspo when designing new Uno games?
I mean, from a marketing perspective, like, we just want to see what the fans want to see, right? Like, we love listening to them. We love adding new rules that really just spark their excitement in normal gameplay. And then, of course, we love bringing pop culture, entertainment, sports to the decks as well, just to really highlight those. But Nick, as a designer, I'm sure you have some pointers too.
Well, the fun part is when you get to design a new Uno, you really get to dive into that license. So Star Trek, I mean, I already know a lot about it, but if I'm doing Avatar or Mario Kart or whatever, I literally seat myself in that world, watch the movies, watch the shows, read the books, and then we're really trying to come up with rules that match what fans expect.
That totally makes sense. And Molly, you mentioned the sports, and I know I saw someone in chat, Sparkly Peas, really wants to zoom in on that Chiefs deck. So we'll see if we can get another close-up shot of that Chiefs deck for you. And in the meantime, Hey Mickey in chat says, does every NFL team have its own Uno set?
Yes, so actually, even though we're only launching these first 6 as a part of today, we will be bringing the rest of the 32 teams this fall. So I know I'm personally very excited for some fandoms that I know and love, but I hope everyone else is excited too to see the rest of those teams.
I'm excited to see them, and I'm not even super into football. I just think the artwork's really cool, and the lenticular cards, the shiny cards are really cool.
Absolutely.
They're awesome. Okay, and let's see. Chris Said It asks, do you have any tips for playing Uno? Just like in general Uno pro tips?
Yeah, I mean, the first tip is just get good. But really, I can share with one good strategy. Hang on to those wild cards at the end. When you're down to one card, you don't want it to be like a yellow one. You want it to be a wild, so you definitely can go out.
Yeah, don't hold back, you know?
Hold the wilds.
Hold back, but don't hold back.
Okay.
I mean, like, don't hold back just because maybe it's like your little sister playing next to you or something like that.
Oh, and if you want strategy on show 'em no mercy, hang on to those draw cards because you're going to want those so you can stack and pass.
Love it. Okay, it looks like we might have time for one more question from G. Bordalai. Says, what's next for Uno fandom?
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so thrilled. This is just the beginning of it. We are launching, obviously, 15 decks today. We have more coming. If anyone out there in the universe is familiar with May the 4th, we might have some exciting decks coming your way for May. Like I mentioned, we also have the NFL coming, and then we have some cool things coming to celebrate Batman anniversary as well later this fall. So like Nick mentioned, there's drops coming all the time, all year long. We really want to make this a celebration of our fans and the fandom as a library of these really great premium collector Unos. So we're super stoked about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information with all of us. And also, thank you so much, Humble Donuts 1552. We hope you enjoy your thank you gift, your very own Uno fandom deck of your choice from what you saw here today. Thank you for sharing your diehard Uno energy in the chat. We love to see it. And a huge thank you to all of the Uno fans in chat. You are the real deal. I'm trying to keep it going. You mentioned the puns, you know.
There's never enough.
We got to keep going. Now, for those of you just joining the stream, Uno fans just got an exclusive look at the Uno fandom decks. Again, 15 decks celebrating your favorite fandoms. Thank you so much, Nick and Molly, for this. This was so much fun. And thanks to all of our Uno friends for these fun reveals and for answering our questions today.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for taking the time. That's awesome. All right, we know all you Uno fans love standing your favorite stars, characters, video games, fandoms, so you won't want to miss another Mattel brand committed to bringing fandoms to life, Little People Collector. Find out what fandoms they'll be revealing, along with some big reveals from Street Sharks and Masters of the Universe, all right after this message from our sponsor, Mattel Me What You Do Here, where we will be running around the halls of Mattel and finding out a little more about the fascinating jobs of Mattel employees. Take a look.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us what you do here at Mattel?
Sure, I'm a sculptor. Actually, my office is right over there. You want to check it out?
Absolutely.
I can show you what I do. So this is my mess, my desk, and what I do is I take a designer's 2D images and I try to transform them into 3D prototypes. I've always wanted to do a DeLorean for Hot Wheels. So this one I modified from the original, so the doors actually open and close. And I've worked with many licenses that I grew up with as a child. That's sort of ongoing. I'm working on one right now that I never thought I'd be able to work on, but it's coming out in the summer.
Oh, hey, do you mind telling us what you do here at Mattel?
Oh, sure. I'm a lead content producer on the vehicles category. I love that, specifically with the TV commercials that we make that are, our kids are our audience. We share something with them that hopefully will open their minds and inspire them. And I think it's really at the heart of what we all do here at Mattel.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hi, do you mind telling us what you do at Mattel?
I'm a scenic artist at the model shop.
Awesome. Can you show us your workspace?
Sure. So I'm building sets, prepping them, mixing paint for them, painting, and installation. I like building, I like problem solving, and just being creative all the time.
Can you please tell us what you do here at Mattel?
I'm a master model maker here at Mattel running our 3D printing department. Let's go check it out. Here's our 3D printing lab where we have 14 3D printers. So I get to work from Hot Wheels to Barbie to He-Man to everything in between. Here we have our 3D printer running. What's happening is it's just putting a very thin layer on top of one another. It does that over and over again until the part's done. We pull it off, rinse it off with water, and then the parts go to a designer or an engineer that needs to see their prototype.
Those jobs look so cool. I'm so jealous. And honestly, if you thought those jobs looked fun, wait till you see the job that I have next, which is unboxing. I get to unbox the next figure 8. Do you have any guesses as to who it might be? Some folks might be figuring out the pattern by now. I think I have a guess, but I could be totally wrong. Bouncy Lettuce says maybe it's He-Man. I don't know. Funny, oh, sorry, they're going so fast now. Some people guess MOTU, some people guess Barbie, some people guess Street Shark. Let's see what it is. Okay, here we go. Unboxing. Oh, I saw someone, at least one person, there you go, Smooth Olive, guessed Fisher Price. It's Fisher Price. It is, at least according to the card. So let's see what a Fisher Price figure 8 collectible looks like. Boom. Ah, okay, here we go. I'm already getting so much nostalgia. Oh, you can see it. You can see it right there. Here we go. Here, I'm just seeing it now. Okay, I'm gonna take these and get them out of our way so we can take a look at this collectible. All right, check this out. So right away for me, I don't know, I was thinking of like the old Fisher Price phone and like the dial here on the front and the colors. I feel like the colors are so iconic. I don't know if that's like the stackable rings or if that's maybe the xylophone. I'm not sure, but here you've got Fisher Price, 1930. Amazing history there with Fisher Price. And look at the other side of this. So on this side, we've got like the phone dial, and on this side, sorry, I'm trying to do this in a mirror. It's a little confusing for me. But there we go. We've got this little face right here, which is so cute. So designer Jonathan Pastura brought nostalgic magic to this Fisher Price version of the figure 8 family. And this is what he had to say about his creation. This figure is a modern take on some of the most recognizable classic Fisher Price toys. The idea was to create a look that was abstract, but also make the truest of fans recognize the toys hidden in the figure, such as Rock-a-Stack, xylophone, and the chatter telephone. There it is. It was the perfect way of capturing the essence for not only myself, but for the rest of us adults who need to remember what it feels like to be a kid. Now, speaking of Fisher Price toys, the Little People figures are kind of a big deal. I'm a huge fan of the Little People Collector brand. I saw someone shout out wondering how tiny I was in chat a little earlier when I was next to Nick, I think, or when Nick walked by me. But I am 5 foot nothing. So as someone who's 5 foot nothing, I find the Little People collections adorably relatable. It is now time to ask the figure 8 one of my burning questions. Here we go. Will the Mattel designers ever make a Fisher-Price figure 8 inspired by Mattel Creations host? This is definitely. Outlook not so good. That's all right. That's exactly the answer I was expecting from the Magic 8 Ball today. Yes, it sounds definitive, and I'm okay with that. I'm just being silly over here because I'm having too much fun today. I hope you're having fun too, everybody in chat. And again, thank you for all of your comments and questions. I'm trying to incorporate as much of them into today's conversation as I can. So thank you for that. Okay. Now, I'm sure so many of you watching are just as obsessed with the one and only Little People Collector Buddies by Fisher-Price as I am. I would name my favorite set, but I'm afraid that would maybe take up the rest of the show. So, I mean, there are just so many favorites. So I'll just stick to getting you the inside scoop. I am so excited to introduce you all to the iconic Little People Collector team and all they have in store for you today. Let's go ahead and welcome Zach Clark. Welcome! Zach Clark is the genius behind the clever fusion of personality and pop culture that makes us all Little People Collector obsessed. So here's Zach to give us the inside scoop.
Awesome, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Zach Clark. I'm the Associate Marketing Manager for Little People Collector, and we are so excited to be a part of Mattel Creations REVEALED. Little People Collector is designed by fans for fans, and we want to bring out that kid in all of you guys. So we have an incredible brand video that we're going to show you all that shows you the hard work, but more importantly, all of the fun that our team has creating these awesome and iconic Little People Collector products. So we are Little People Collector, and we are the next pop culture obsession.
Yes,
Enjoy.
I love it. Let's do it.
Little People Collector is one of Mattel's newest collectible brands, and 2023 was a monumental year for us. So of course, we had to start. We have some iconic properties in Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Once that came out, we heard what the fans were saying, and yes, they wanted friends. We gave them friends. And your favorite 90s pop group, NSYNC, another huge hit for us. As we continue to move down this awesome wall of products, of course, we had to bring Stranger Things to life in a big way with not one, not two, but 3 awesome, iconic scenes that were brought to life in our Little People form factor. And of course, we had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But we're not done yet. We had some other awesome properties that came to life in 2023, like the Barbie movie, Star Trek, The Big Lebowski, E.T., and another one of my personal favorites, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And to round it all off, we also had a couple awesome products come out, like I Love Lucy, Outlander, and of course the NFL, where we launched all 32 teams. This is why we are the next pop culture obsession, and we can't wait to show you what's going to be available at the end of 24 and beyond.
The Boys,
Breaking Bad,
Lord of the Rings, Bride of Chucky,
Gremlins, The Wizard of Oz, Elton John,
Ninja Turtles, Villains.
Hi, I'm Kat, and I'm a collector of Little People Collector. This is my collection that I have so far.
I just love how Fisher-Price has put so much effort into creating these collectibles. My favorite Little People collectible that I do have is The Office. I absolutely love this TV show. They also have made Threat Level Midnight, which is, of course, the movie within the TV show that Michael Scott created. I am so excited for the upcoming Little People collectibles and what Fisher-Price has up their sleeves. I have so many ideas, but I am so excited to add to this collection and see what's coming up next.
Hello friends, my name is Daniel Pickett, and I'm the man behind ActionFigureInsider.com. I have been talking about toys, reporting on toys, being a toy journalist for close to 20 years, but I have been a lifelong collector, and that includes having a lifelong relationship with Little People from Fisher-Price. But there's also so much love, care, and attention that is put into these, not just the figures themselves, but the boxes. They're just full of Easter eggs, and each one makes sure to tell a story. Then last year at Comic-Con, having that giant wall, that display, and it was a showstopper, and it was so fun.
Little People Collector direct-to-consumer business through Mattel Creations is also extremely important to us. And we want to make sure that the product we do is extremely premium and offers something that you won't find in our mainline sets. This first one here, of course, we had to celebrate the Super Bowl, one of the biggest sporting events of the year. We brought it to life through an awesome package execution here to celebrate those key players and all of those fans. Next, we have the Office Threat Level Midnight. That first product that we did was truly special, and we wanted to make sure that we were giving fans something more premium. So on this one, we actually included an awesome lenticular explosion card to bring together all of the awesome scenes from Threat Level Midnight. Next, we have our iconic San Diego Comic-Con product. We know that the fans were going crazy over the way that we brought this very first episode to life that was done by adding an awesome molded in blister to this package. And then finally, Lord of the Rings. Of course, we know that fans go crazy over this property. We wanted to do something special by bringing the Battle at Weathertop to life. So how do we do that? We added an awesome light feature in here that makes it look like Frodo is actually putting on that one ring. You just saw all of our great 2023 Mattel Creations exclusive items, and 2024 is gonna be just as awesome. First, we're gonna be launching a Mattel Creations exclusive with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Origins, and we're gonna be celebrating those very first comics. Next, we have Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is a property that we know has huge fandom, and we're glad we're bringing it to Mattel Creations. And then finally, we have Voltron. Voltron is going to be the coolest item we have in 2024, and we're bringing it to Mattel Creations in an awesome way. So let's take a closer look at this unbelievable product. So as you can see here, you're going to have an awesome box that is going to break modularity from all of those items that you've seen today. In addition to that, the design of this package is going to bring a lot of those cool elements that you saw in that show to life. What's really cool about this packaging as well is on the back, you will actually see all 5 of those pilots designed with Voltron off to the side. The magic of this product comes when we open this package and we see how to build that awesome robot in Voltron. As you can see here, each Lion Bot is going to be separate to help you build Voltron.
Hey LPC fans, I'm Janine Mears, Manager of Graphic Design for Little People Collector. Our design team has mutated the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Little People into a whole new set for Mattel Creations. The TMNT Origins set. dropping this May at MattelCreations.com, and we're going to take you behind the scenes to have a look. Come on. The most important thing when starting the concept sketch is making sure we stay true to our signature Little People style and proportions. We also try to capture what makes each character unique. In this case, the iconic heroes in a half shell, turtle power. From those sketches, 3D geometry is created and gray models are printed and reviewed. Figure sculpts are updated as needed before creating the final molds for production. To celebrate the 40th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we're taking our original 4-pack and recoloring each of the figures, capturing the tone of the 1984 comic books. Recreating the hand-drawn style of the comics was very important to us. We wanted the deco to be a bit more sketchy and imperfect, giving the figures a gritty, serious look. The final artwork is enhanced to get all the details just right, adding touches of personality that bring these characters to life. Next, our virtual model team uses the artwork to create photorealistic renderings of the figures. Our in-house model shop creates 3D printed prototypes. For the package, we're using original artwork from the comics. And on the back, we're featuring a fun LPC-style illustration of our heroes with hidden details for fans to discover. Finally, the layout is printed in our packaging lab and assembled along with the 3D printed figures for one last look at this radical set.
The shell has special delivery.
Whoa! Cowabunga!
Little People Collector. The next pop culture obsession.
Okay, is anybody else craving pizza after watching that? Zach, thank you for sharing such a rad look into the thought and attention to detail that goes into making the Ninja Turtle Little People Collector series. That was so fun. I'll be grabbing mine in May. Donatello was always my favorite. Chat, let us know your favorite turtle. And also, chat, we're going to be asking Zach some questions in a little bit, so be sure to head into chat and type up all your questions. Ask away. We'll be pulling them throughout the segment to ask. So, Zach, do you have any questions for our chat?
Absolutely. So we like to ask some questions, right? So I do have a few that I would like to ask the chat. So the first one, I know you saw the brand video and what we've been doing currently, but I want to bring us back to those early days. So the first question is, can anyone in the chat name one of the first 3 items that Little People Collector ever released?
Oh, one of the first 3 that Little People Collector. I actually think I have inside knowledge to this one, so I'm not going to say what it, I think I might have had one of the first Little People Collectors because it's my very favorite specific fandom. If I'm correct, we'll see if I'm correct. I see someone said Beatles Kiss and Wrestles, said Famous Lettuce. I think that's close.
There you
right?
go. I'll give them Beatles.
Okay, so Beatles was one of the first.
Yep.
That wasn't going to be my guess.
There you go. So we did have a few. So we had the Beatles was one, Rolling Stones was another one, and then of course we did the WWE as well. So
the Lord of the Rings set wasn't one of the first.
It wasn't. That was a
going to be my guess.
little bit after. But yeah, those were some of the first sets that we ever did.
That's awesome. Well, kudos to everybody in chat that guessed right. Okay, let's see. We do have another trivia question, right?
We do.
You've got another one for them?
Absolutely. So again, as you saw in that brand video, we really focused on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And at the end, you saw the awesome Origins product that we're going to be releasing in May. So I want us to kind of ask the chat an Origins of question of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So can someone tell us in chat either the state or the city where those first comics were written?
I don't know. I have the first comic, but I don't know where it was written. I see a New York City guess. I see a Chicago guess. A bunch of New York and Chicago. I see a New Hampshire guess.
There we go. We'll take it.
Okay,
We'll take it.
what's the answer?
Okay, so the answer is Dover, New Hampshire.
All
right?
right.
So there you go. And fun fact too, celebrating the 40th anniversary, there were some things going on in that city. They actually took a sewer cover, a manhole, and they etched in some graphics of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to celebrate the 40th anniversary. So that's pretty cool.
Is that like online where you can go to find that?
You can go to find it. You can go and visit it in Dover, New Hampshire.
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course, of course.
All right, to the Little People Collector fans out there, I know you have your own questions for Zach that you want answered, so let's go ahead and get to a few of them now. I see, let's see, from Vanessa G89. How do you pick the properties that you go after?
Absolutely. So when we look at picking those properties, right, the number one thing we look at is really what is driving the fandom, right? And we are listening to our fans very closely. So we're looking at those different properties that people are engaged with that we could then bring to life in our awesome and iconic form factor. We really want to focus on having products for everyone to enjoy. So we want to listen to you guys, and that's what we've been doing, and that's why we have so many great products in our lineup.
They are, honestly, the amount of fandoms that Little People Collector has covered in, I mean, I feel like a relatively short amount of time is astronomical and amazing. Let's see, the Bee Collector asks, are you collectors as well?
Absolutely. So there are a lot of collectors on our team. So again, as I mentioned, we design toys because we are fans, right, of all these toys. So shout out to a couple people on our team, right? So a couple of our designers, John and Nick, their desks just full of collectible product, right? So they understand that collectible mindset, and it's amazing. And then another one of my counterparts, my manager, Giorgio, his desk full of Superman product. Completely full. I'm surprised he hasn't worn a red cape to work yet. So, but yeah, we are all collectors ourselves. And myself, I started collecting sneakers, right? So again, it's that collectible mindset that is really helping our team drive all of these great products.
That's awesome. And just in case you were asking, I am also a collector. I'm a massive Lord of the Rings and Tolkien fan. So in addition to all the books, I have a bunch of life-size prop replicas. And I'm also a big video game fan, so I collect a lot of video game prop replicas and figures. My whole house looks like a toy store, and that's how I feel like it should be.
I love it. I love it.
That's how I feel
Absolutely.
like it should be. Emberfire5 says, what sets are you personally the most excited about coming out?
Yeah, so again, we have a ton of great products, but the ones that I'm most excited about, again, you saw in the brand video, is going to be our Mattel Creations exclusive product. Rick and Morty, right? It's tapping into kind of that newer pop culture. It's on its 7th season, and it's not showing signs of stopping. So again, current pop culture fandom. And then of course, we have Voltron that you saw. I am super excited about this. Again, coming out later in the year, but this product here has a ton of nostalgia built into it. Again, celebrating that 40th anniversary, we really wanted to do something special, so we broke modularity with the package itself. And again, what better way to enjoy your fandom than to build the actual Voltron robot and be able to display it on your shelf for everyone to see. So very excited about both of these products coming out in the next couple of months.
Zach, I'm so glad you went into that because I wanted to ask you about that, because when I first saw that Voltron, I thought maybe that was the packaging somehow, but it's not. It's included inside the packaging, and then you get to build that out for your display shelf, correct?
Absolutely, right? So it comes in this kind of outer display shipper here that's got a ton of great elements from that awesome show that everyone loved. And then, of course, when you open it, you're going to see all 5 of the pilots in their lion robot kind of piece. And then as a fan, again, you're going to get to build that robot together and then enjoy it on shelf.
That is so cool. I'm obsessed with that. Okay, let's see. I think I have another question from Vanessa G. How did you pick the properties that you go after? Oh, we already asked that. Okay, great. And then Timmy Joe, where can we find your products?
Yes, for sure. So again, the #1 place to find all of our products, of course, MattelCreations.com. It's where it houses all of the products across our entire line. And in addition to that, you're going to find those true exclusives from Mattel Creations, like the Voltron and the Rick and Morty set, right? But in addition to that, we're also at major collectible destinations: Target, Walmart, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Best Buy, Barnes & Noble, and a ton of other collectible destinations.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm over here peeping the MOTU set and the Avatar set and is that Battle at Weathertop set. Ooh, I love it. Okay, well, thank you everybody in chat for asking your questions. Of course, Zach, thank you for answering them. And also, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Refined Coconut in chat. We hope you enjoy your thank you gift, a Mattel Creations Little People set to start your own collection. Now, this incredible gift includes Skeletor's Stronghold, Lord of the Rings Battle at Weathertop, Avatar The Last Airbender, The Boy in the Iceberg, Office Threat Level Midnight, and the exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Origin set. Thank you for all the hype that you brought to chat. We love to see it.
There you go. No, we're super excited. Again, everyone, the gentleman that's going to get all these gifts here, we are super excited to hand them out to you. But most importantly, it's this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Origin set.
Yes.
You are going to be the first one to receive this set before anybody else. And then, of course, in the next month here, middle of May, when it launches, you'll be able to get this product on your own. But again, super excited that you will be the first one to have this product in their hands.
That's major bragging rights. That's very, very cool. And also, for everyone in chat, in case you didn't know, you can even get your own Little People collector mugs. I love the mustache. Which one do you have, Zach?
I have little people, and then the little frowny face.
So cute.
Let's
cheers it out. There it is. There it is. You can get those. You can also get your own Little People collector t-shirt like Zach is modeling for us right now. Love it. Or even, I think I have it here. I do. The Mattel Creations tote. Mattel Creations on one side, and it's just new toys, and you only regret the toys you didn't buy, which is how I feel after every Comic-Con, like Sunday of every Comic-Con, I feel. That's my motto. So you can get that too. Here, I'll show it off. So you can click on them just down below the stream, and you can check out all the details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without leaving the live stream. It's really easy. So for those just joining, we just got an insider look into how your favorite Little People collector sets get made. So Zach, thank you so very much for answering our questions.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. All right, folks, stick around after the commercial break. We're making big waves celebrating the 30th anniversary of Street Sharks with some big surprises you are not going to want to miss, as well as some reveals from Masters of the Universe. But first, I got a once-in-a-lifetime invite, to visit the Mattel Archival Warehouse, and I can't wait to show you what I found. Check it out. Everyone, I can't tell you how excited I am right now. I am at the Mattel warehouse with Eliana, who's been Mattel's archivist for over a decade.
And I have all the secrets.
Oh, I cannot wait to dig in. Mattel is giving us a super rare look into their archives. Eliana, how much time will I have?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Y'all, I think you will be stoked about what I found.
I can't wait to tell you all about these hidden gems. Let's unpack.
Look at all of the stuff I found. Okay, we have to start off with Barbie.
You managed to snag the #1. Did you know that this is the Barbie that everybody saw in the Barbie movie? The one that kicks us off.
Wow, so this is the #1.
You can notice the really beautiful face paint on her, those ruby red lips, and that beautiful manicure. She is definitely our tried and true and really kicked off, I think, what is a spectacular spread of over 60 years. But she's not just a fashion model. She is a career girl with beautiful fashions.
There it is.
That is a suit that is gonna get you the job.
Now, she was in a magazine too, right?
She was featured in Life magazine.
Go Barbie.
The following year, Barbie gets a new hairdo, named after the side sweep or swirl hairstyle that replaced Barbie's bangs. The first color change Barbie doll features color changing hair and fashions. key features that are still popular in the line today. And speaking of water, Malibu Barbie in the 70s, Barbie goes to the beach, gets a tan, and becomes the quintessential California beach girl. And then if we're switching it up, we're moving out of the 70s where we have the beautiful Black Barbie, who for the first time in Barbie's history was actually named Barbie.
Right, not a midge, not a skipper.
Not at all.
Okay.
She was Barbie, designed by the brand's first African-American designer, Kitty Black Perkin. One of the favorites is Day to Night. Day to Night Barbie joins the workforce and climbs the corporate ladder, breaking the glass ceiling in her pink power suit. Featured as part of the We Girls Can Do Anything, Right Barbie? 1980s brand campaign empowering young girls. Barbie's all about the hair.
Yeah, and I totally forgot that Totally Hair Barbie came with the depth gel. And when I saw that, I couldn't stop laughing. So many memories with that one.
Oh yeah.
And she was super popular, right?
One of the best-selling Barbies in her decades-long history. And of course, you have our beautiful fashionista over here. The first time that Barbie gets to change her shape, reminding girls and folks everywhere that Barbie doesn't come in one package. She can look different just like we do. It really goes without saying, but Barbie's been a force that has shaped culture for generations.
Everyone's a Barbie.
Everyone is a Barbie.
It is Hot Wheels time. I'm so excited. I went for cars that I remember seeing friends playing with growing up, and I would get in trouble for maybe using nail polish to give them a new paint job. Oops. But how did I do?
Oh, you did wonderful. You scored the Sweet 16, which is already chef's kiss right there. Those are the ones that really set the tone for the 50+ years that Hot Wheels has been around. In 1968, the original 16 cars were based on unique, real-life, full-sized show cars, referencing popular auto show cars of the time. And they came right alongside the really great 12-car rally case. In the 1970s, Mattel developed tampo printing, allowing for brighter, more precise colors, and this ahead-of-its-time innovation that is still used today. Hot Wheels further pushed boundaries when introducing real rubber tires with realistic tread. Many models were instantly turned into classics when they received the rubber treatment. Hot Wheels actually sponsored Kyle Petty's real race car, number 44 in the NASCAR series. It was the first time the Hot Wheels brand was carried on top of a top-tier professional racing series. Following long runs with licensing featuring drivers and teams with NASCAR and F1, Hot Wheels picked up Pro Series IndyCar for a line of different sized die-cuts for kids and collectors. Ours came in a 1/64 or 1/24 scale.
I noticed all the details too. I imagine this is a big one with collectors.
Oh yeah. Speaking of collectors, it's a great introduction to our treasure hunt series, debuting in the 90s.
This right here?
Yes, so that spearheaded a long line of toys that's carried on in today. But here we have it in the beautiful one-stop shop.
Very cool. Oh, I love that you get them all together in this collection though. That's
much easier. Now, scene machines, which are over here in the corner, are a really fun find. And who doesn't love a superhero theme?
You got all the tie-ins here.
All, of course.
These are all things I would collect today.
When you look at them, they're like any of the show cars you would see in the auto show back in the day. They were big, they were bold.
Right, well that's like the fun part of going to an auto show is seeing all the concept cars. So is this collection like based off some of those?
Oh yeah, you have custom Camaros and Cougars and just cars that would never exist in real life. And some of them are seriously just as popular today as when they debuted.
All right, it is Masters of the Universe time, and I am so excited. As a personal MOTU fan, I think the fascinating thing about Masters of the Universe is how the franchise and the collectibles kept reinventing itself year after year, decade after decade. These characters remained the same, but the toys kept evolving, which of course keeps toy fans and collectors coming back for more.
Exactly, and you found a wide range in the Masters of the Universe line within the same decade, with the early and late 80s He-Man and Skeletor, and early 80s Battle Cat and Panther. The relaunch in 2002 brings a contemporary look and new wardrobe to the collectibles that lean towards the animated TV series version.
Yeah, there's a lot of definition, I feel like, in these figures, both muscle definition, detail in the hair and in the face. It's a bit more of a gritty look, I feel like. Can we talk just a little bit about Castle Grayskull? I feel like this is so iconic for the Masters of the Universe line, I had to pull it.
That one actually lives at my desk at work. I'm like, don't tell anybody.
You need a place to reenact these epic battles, so I think it's a must-have.
Absolutely.
They have the power! Indeed. In 2010, a line of teenage dolls as the kids of iconic monsters taught kids about acceptance and that it's okay to be different, which started the whole Monster High universe. Monster High fans were able to create their very own monstrously fantastic dolls. So who do we have here?
We have our OG ghoul right here, Frankie Stein.
Amazing.
Monster High would not be complete without your friends, and we have some really wonderful ones on here. We got Draculaura and the beautiful Claudine, but certainly Laguna and Cleo are not to be missed. And on the other side here, we have a chance where anybody could make their own monster. You had hundreds of choices to mix and match hair and sculpt and costumes. I mean, my purple hair, I think would slot right in.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that this packaging in front of me says, be yourself, be unique, be a monster.
One of the parts of Monster High that I think was so special is that at its heart, it is all about acceptance.
I love it. Different is clawsome. Thanks so much for joining us for the Mattel Warehouse reveal, everybody. And thank you, Eliana, for the once-in-a-lifetime invite. Does this mean I get my own badge now? I can like come and go as I please?
Sorry, no.
Yeah, well, I had to try. It's so cool. I don't know that I'll ever fully recover from that experience. That was so cool. I feel like I should have taken a Mattel Creations tote with me and like filled it up while I was in there. No, I definitely would not be allowed to do that. But that was a seriously cool experience. I have friends who work here at Mattel that they can't even get access to the archival warehouse, so that was really, really special. So thank you, Mattel, for allowing me to do that. Speaking of toys from our past, sharks enthusiasts, we're going to make a splash celebrating the 30th anniversary of Street Sharks. And we're kicking off the celebration with a stop-motion video. I love it. Can someone out there use their fin and press play? Thanks. Okay, I'm obsessed with that video. The way that the street sharks like dive into the ground and then all the pieces come up from there. It's so cool. And the nostalgia is so real seeing that. But today is not just about looking back. We've got some incredible stuff lined up that'll make your inner shark fanatic frenzy. And speaking of frenzies, the chat is definitely making some serious waves for street sharks. We see you, and the shark never forgets, so stay tuned. There might be even more surprises. But first, joining me are two Street Sharks icons, Steve Ozer and Scott Robertson. Welcome, you two.
Hey, Trisha. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for being here today. Could you please tell our viewers a little bit about who you are and what you do here at Mattel?
Sure, I'm Steve Ozer, Marketing Manager for Collector Product here at Mattel.
And I'm Scott Robertson, Franchise Director for Action Figures, which of course includes Street Sharks.
Yes, now these guys are the brains behind the scenes, making sure the Street Sharks legacy stays alive and swimming. Now, let's dive deep into the history of this iconic brand. So, Scott, why bring back Street Sharks now, like this year?
Well, Trisha, it's hard to believe, it's almost impossible to believe, but it's the 30th anniversary of the Street Sharks toy line and TV show. And to be honest, we just wanted to make this year extra special for the fans who have been riding the wave with us all these years.
And you know, we're all about delivering what the Mattel and action figure fans have been demanding. And the love and excitement for Street Sharks, whenever it's mentioned, has been phenomenal. So what better time to bring these iconic toys back than the 30th anniversary?
Yeah, I think that makes total sense to me, and I'm here for it. So Steve, what can fans expect to sink their teeth into this year?
Well, we're beyond excited to introduce the Street Sharks 30th Anniversary Collection. This collection consists of all your favorite 90s Street Sharks figures, just as you remember them, but plussed up with modern articulation, and more of those bonus action features are coming your way.
Yes, okay, cool. Well, I can't wait to see them.
We're not stopping at toys though, we're diving into comic books, which I am very excited about. Yes. We have exclusive apparel offerings at Mattel Creations, some of which you can see here. We'll have t-shirts, hoodies, and hats. We're rolling out apparel collections at other retailers. We'll have limited edition art prints, collectible figurines, pretty much anything a resident of Fishin' City could need. We've also got San Diego Comic-Con on the horizon, so expect some surprises there. And pull out your Trapper Keepers and mark your calendars because September is going to be jawsome. We're throwing a 30th anniversary celebration that you won't want to miss.
Oh, I'm so excited. Folks, you can even get your very own Street Sharks merch, like the t-shirts. Can you model those shirts? Because
Sure.
I think they're so much fun, like those t-shirts. You can get those. I believe it might be just on this side, I'm being told, is where you can get those. So you can click on the merch to purchase on your own without leaving the live stream even. So you can still be here for the awesome chats and discussions and deep dives and inside looks, but also make sure that you get your collectible item. So a huge thank you to Steve and Scott for being with us today and taking us on this journey through Street Sharks history and what's to come. And then get ready, fans, because 2024 is the year of the Sharks. I'm declaring it right now. Let's go ahead and check out this exclusive video from the Street Sharks team.
These are literally the two I have. I was gonna bring, because that's wave 2, isn't it?
Oh man, I must have been 5 or 6 when I first started playing the Street Sharks.
I came across one of the figures in a yard sale.
Half shark, half man, fighting evil, that's the plan. That's all I needed to know to be a Street Sharks fan.
Hi, I'm Hector Arce, and I'm the Senior Creative Director over at Mondo, overseeing our 3D collectibles department. At Mondo, we're lucky enough to be able to work with all sorts of amazing brands. Street Sharks speaks to that inner child of mine. There were so many toys that I loved, but in the 90s, as I got a little older, I remember when Street Sharks came out, and the toys were amazing. It was all about fun. It was all about just imagination and crazy ideas. And I think that's what holds such a special place in us 90s kids, because these designs for so many toy lines were so over the top and so just awesome that they just stood out. And Street Sharks was one of those, right? It was one of those that stood out amongst all the other stuff.
I was in the Street Sharks focus group. My journey in toy really began in that focus group room. We're sitting at the table, and then all of a sudden, they bring these guys out. I've seen action figures, but nothing like this.
I came across this really cool looking shark figure. It was like a man shark anthropomorphic figure that had rollerblades. And I thought it was the coolest thing.
There's something about that mid-90s, just over-the-top aesthetic. It's just bigger, louder, crazier, funnier.
I've been telling people for years, I'm like, why isn't Street Sharks come back? Like, it was such a fun moment in the 90s. It's like the epitome of the 90s, I think. It's such a 90s product, and the characters are so over the top, and it's so unapologetically awesome.
Oh man, back in the 90s when I played with these toys, I think just comparing them with other stuff that was on the shelves, they just were so unique. The form factor, they were just like a mouth with arms and legs. They were big, bulky. They could, if you really felt like they can eat your other action figures. And you know, as a kid, that's something really fun and really compelling.
Hi, I'm Alton Takayasu, and I've been at Mattel as a designer since 1991. And I worked on the original Street Sharks line back in the early 90s. The property came to us, and the whole premise was these are half man, half shark characters with no other description, and that they're going to be a team that fights crime.
I think sharks are just like one of those animals, or species that's just like cool.
You know, if you're a kid, it's always fun to draw a shark, right? All you have to do is draw teeth or draw a fin. Plus, when you draw a shark, you actually are sort of getting into the character, so you're just like, you know, you're doing the whole. We had an open call for people to design their version of a street shark. We ranged from dude with a shark head to a shark body, which we finally settled on. What if we just went the opposite way? It's a shark that has arms and legs.
You usually have like your action figures that their arms just move up and down and their heads move side to side. But the sharks, you know, they had the chomping action with the fin that you could do this, and their mouths would go up and down, and that, like, to me as a kid was like amazing. I remember attaching him to my little brother's fingers when he wasn't paying attention, and he'd be like, oh my gosh.
The street sharks are definitely a product of the 90s, the way they dress, their culture and everything. And so we were especially into shoes and stuff at that time. So when we did shoes, they weren't generic shoes. The laces were tied a certain way. Cowboy boots were all like stuff that we aspired to have or already had that we just applied to street sharks. And that's how we put the street into street sharks.
As a fan of also like the He-Man universe, just like buff brawler bros, like just like, you know, it's cool. So seeing like buff brawling shark men is awesome. It's like take two cool things, combine them into one, and then make it like the 90s extremes.
We were actually working out Mattel's gym, which is a really nice corporate gym. And so we'd be working out, and then you're designing a figure. And so like you're looking at yourself for the muscles, and you put the muscles on the character because they're very muscular. The skin, that was a great breakthrough, is to put that flexible skin on the sharks.
The tactile feeling was the first thing that I remember the most, which was when I held one for the first time, they were squishy.
You had the open package, and you could feel the teeth, and you can touch the skin, and that putting them in a cage and everything, it made them very special.
Open window form, you can touch the soft skin of the shark. Them, the way they look, trying to get out of the steel cages just makes it look really cool. Like, so they're cool in and out of the package.
They feel really good. So, you know, especially for a younger kid, you're just bashing this thing.
And I love the teeth for the scene cut where it's like the mouth. Forgot if I was walking down the toy aisle, actively always buying toys, and I saw them, or if it was the cartoon show first. It's always like chicken or the egg with some of these things.
Wow, these sharks are eating TVs and hot dog stands. That's kind of amazing. You know, you don't see heroes do that very often.
These cool guys you want to be, and they're like roller skaters and stuff, and then they get to become shark people that can like dive into the concrete and bust through walls. And
we came up with the idea that the fin would slice through the earth, and so this whole idea of a land shark, the shark fin ripping through asphalt, became a real signature thing.
Watching the TV show, I remember that the Bolton brothers always had each other's backs, and that's something that resonated with me because I have 4 older brothers. The street sharks never saw their dad. And that was one thing for me, like my parents separated, I never saw my dad, but it's like that whole brotherhood, right? Like to keep each other together, like keep the family tight. That is something that really hit my, like the string, like pulled my strings of my heart.
It just really came from a place of lightheartedness, you know, silly. There's a lot of puns.
Oh, we just came up with notebooks full of puns, Jossum and things like that.
Jossum. Totally forgot about Jossum. Jossum.
I mean, when you have a theme song, like they bite, they fight, they're gonna kick some serious fin. Like, you can't not love what these guys stand for. I do have a favorite character, Ripster, right here. I mean, what's not to like? Buff, main character, great white shark, and he's got cowboy boots.
My favorite, Jab, because I'm a huge hammerhead shark guy, just the alien look to it.
It's a Moby Lick, and just because of the functionalities that it has, like the squirting and also like the licking and the licking action with his tongue, it was funny, but it's definitely one of the unique items.
One of my other favorite characters, and it's named Slash, and obviously the drill is the best part. It's so cool. It was so satisfying.
I cannot believe it's been 30 years.
30 years, I mean, I'm still a kid inside, really. But to think about 30-year anniversary already.
30 years. And yet, that's the funny thing about nostalgia is you see them and it takes you back. Immediately, I can look at something and I'm there.
I think if the 5-year-old version of myself bringing back Street Sharks would be nothing but amazement, disbelief probably. He'd probably look at me and say, yeah, right, there's no way. So bringing them back after so long, it was almost like a dream come true for me. Because in a lot of ways, the Street Sharks was my first real experience with action figures.
I'm shocked by the new line, because I didn't even know those were the new ones. I was like, oh, that's like classic Wave 2 metallic. I'm like, no, that's the new toy. I'm like, that's awesome, I need to get some. Yeah, look at these guys. Oh, and they're still soft rubber. Nice. Got the little jaw action.
This feels like one of the original ones, except there's articulation here.
Some things that really worked about Street Sharks, I really tried to keep. Keeping the spirit of what these action figures were, like the soft skin feel, the big muscles and the chomping feature. Those are some key aspects that I absolutely was not going to compromise.
While the original ones were so great, they had a very distinct look to them, and this is almost like it perfected, if that makes sense.
We broke a lot of ground on this and other toy lines. We always try to do that with every new line you do, is you try to advance the art of toys. And I think Street Sharks are pretty groundbreaking for a lot of things like that.
Learning under Alton, he was actually my drawing professor. He had mentioned to me that he was the original designer on Sharks. He was like the hero I never knew that I'd know.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing like the Street Sharks characters rendered out in modern technology, because I think they really deserve that.
The fact that it's coming back and you all are doing, Mattel's doing some amazing stuff. I'm so excited, and it just brings a huge smile to my face.
One of my friends found out that I was working at Mattel. He was the one that introduced me to Street Sharks, and he said, you have to bring them back, man. I'm waiting to surprise him, to be honest, and just order him a full set and just ship it to his house.
My kids are certainly getting Street Sharks this holiday season, as are probably all of my friends.
Being a 90s kid and being super excited about seeing Street Sharks come back, but also share it with a new generation. It's one of my favorite toy lines as a kid, absolutely. And it really brings joy to me, and I hope it brings joy to a bunch of new fans of Street Sharks. They're just awesome.
Hey, Street Sharks fans! We're diving deep into the 30th anniversary product line, and we've got Steve, and joining us are Bruce and Damon. Welcome.
Hey, Street Sharks crew. I'm Bruce Reyes, Senior Packaging Designer in Street Sharks.
And I'm Damon Nee, Senior Director of Action Figure Design.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. Steve, what jaws-dropping products can fans get this summer, and where can they grab them?
Well, we've got 2 Street Sharks 30th anniversary waves planned for 2024 dropping this summer. Pre-orders are now open for Wave 1 here at MattelCreations.com, as well as all of our great retail partners like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, and Walmart. I know collectors are going to love these, so let's finally check them out.
Let's do it. Now, Damon, can you tell us a little about the real stars of the show?
Of course, I am super excited to walk us through the first wave of Street Sharks action figures. So let's dive right in. First off, we have Ripster, the great white shark, the leader of the Bolton Shark Brothers. And this is a beautiful reiteration of the 90s figure in that it has the soft skin that allows for this great chomping action. We've modernized the articulation for lots of additional posability, and he's got this awesome power attack punch action. Next up, we have Jab, everyone's favorite hammerhead. Like Ripster, he has that soft skin, which gives us the ability for those chomping. He's got the updated enhanced articulation, and when he goes into battle, he has this awesome jackhammer attack.
Woo!
And something to note, on all the figures, we took the opportunity to enhance some details, and on Jab, for example, we added this vertebrae detail along his neck, which on the vintage figure was pretty much just a blank canvas.
Oh, that's a cool addition.
All right, so those are our heroes. Let's get to our villain of the wave. We have the evil Slash. Sorry. And just like the other sharks, he has updated articulation. This rotten guy actually is beautiful with this amazing metallic and pearlescent finish. And what makes him a real menace is he has this awesome drill attack action.
That is really neat. And what did you call that metallic finish? Like a pearlescent?
It's metallic and pearlescent, so he just has this beautiful sheen. And again, it's this mean guy. He's got this incredibly beautiful finish.
Yeah, I mean, they all look great. I love the soft skin. It's beautiful. So chat, feast your eyes on these beauties. Street Shark fans, did you know you can even click on the sharks right now? I believe just over to the side of the stream. Click on it and you can check out all the details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without leaving the live stream. So we've got detailed insights now into each character. Bruce, can you give us the scoop on the unique packaging for each one?
Absolutely. Each character has its own packaging twist, adding a personal touch to the Street Sharks experience. First up, we have Ripster. We're bringing back the steel cages with open window displays, distressed metal mangled and bitten all around, highlighting this very special 30th anniversary foil badge at the top. On the front, we have the character name, the figure's features highlighted with callouts, and the open window display that allows you to feel that soft shark skin of Ripster. So the arrows point you to the Try Me that is accessed on the back of package, and you can activate that chomping feature. Thanks to Damon for showing us how awesome it is. And you get to see the Jawsome, actually the Jawsome 90s styled illustrations right here on the back. There you go. Including inset images that further explain the specific features of the character. Ripster has jaw chomping and power punching action. You can get Ripster's 411 with his character bio card, provided by our great copywriting team, Julie Shapiro and Joni McCaw. And to unbox this, you don't need to destroy the packaging. Our amazing packaging engineers, the team with Elizabeth Sweeney, made it simple to open from the bottom flap, slide out the insert, and the product will come out. I just don't want to do it right now. I'll leave it like this because it looks very pretty.
But just know that it could be done easily.
It definitely can. I just don't want to destroy it. So for Jab, like Ripster, he has similar callouts along with the same jaw-chomping Try Me, and he has a different feature highlighted with his illustrated inset in the back that showcases his jackhammer attack. Hit it, hit on, and get to know Jab with his personalized character bio card here at the bottom as well. There you go.
Beautiful. I see other folks in chat are saying, yes, I hate it when I have to mess up the packaging, so thank you so much to that.
Oh, we're keeping you in mind. So last but not least, for Wave 1, we have Slash. We highlight his features with customized copy callouts as well, showcasing his chilling drilling feature as his Try Me that is also accessed on the back of package. You'll see it right there. His piece of the drill actually comes unassembled, but on the illustrated inset, you show how to attach the drill piece onto the killer driller. So you can also drill for thrills with his personalized character bio card. At the very bottom here, you get to know Slash. And I mean, taking a look at these, that's one of my favorite features. Like, the team really stepped it up with the steel cages. The team has done just an outstanding job in making these modular. So let me go ahead and show you this. As you saw in the previous video, you can separate and combine panels to create your very own cage fights.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fans are gonna love these.
Oh, can you do it here for us live?
There you go.
Yeah,
you
okay,
can
so they
separate
come apart,
and combine.
just like in the video.
Yep.
That is rad. You know what, or I should say that is quite the shiver. That's a group of sharks, y'all. That's what a shiver is. Let the chat frenzy begin. So dive into the comments and tell us your favorite shark. And Steve, before we wrap it up, where can fans stay in the loop for more Street Sharks news?
Well, keep those fins sharp, folks. We've got displays and panels at San Diego Comic-Con this year, so lots of excitement to come. Plus, be on the lookout for official Street Sharks product catalog dropping later this spring. Stay tuned for 30th anniversary celebration this fall.
That's really exciting. And for those eager to get their fins on these characters, pre-sales are happening now at MattelCreations.com with on-shelf availability this summer. And in the meantime, you can click to get your own Street Sharks merch. Again, can we model the shirts, everybody? I don't have the Street Shark shirt on, but check out their Street Shark shirts. They're so cool. I love them so much. All right, now to all of our viewers, if you have any questions, you better swim on over to the chat and get them answered now. But first, we have a couple of trivia questions for you. Let's see. Do you want me to ask them or do you want to ask them?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. What was Bobby Bolton Jr.'s original moniker before it was changed to Streaks? Does anybody in chat know? Anyone? Anyone? Let's see. Thank you for those questions in chat. We're gathering them now. Bolton says Streaks was Blades. And that's correct, right?
That's right. That's right.
Correct.
That's correct. All right. Who wants to ask trivia question number 2? Any takers on our panel? All right. I'll get it. Unless somebody else.
I'm looking for the question. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. What's the name of the Street Sharks' best friend?
Anyone? Anyone? Street Shark's best friend is named? I see Hope for Blades or Dave. It's not Dave. It's not Chum.
We got one. Yeah, we
Who got it? Somebody got it?
Yeah. Got to scroll back here and see.
Okay, somebody got it. What was the answer?
It's Ben's.
It's Ben's. So if you guessed Ben's, I see Mad Tinker Gnome got it. Anybody else?
We had like 2 in a row. So.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Stable Drink. Stable Drink got it. All the internet points go to you, my friend. Congrats on knowing your Street Sharks trivia. Okay, let's see what we've got. Questions from chat include, this question is from Sam I Am, says, how long does it take you to make the designs?
Oh, wow. Well, in the case of Street Sharks, we did have the benefit of working from an established brand. And so we were to take what was done by Alton and the team in the past and refresh it. So the timetable was expedited a little bit because of that. But generally speaking, it's an 18-month process to design and create a toy. So it's not a quick turnaround by any means. It is a labor of love.
It is a labor of love. Thank you for answering that. And thank you, Sam I Am, for asking that question. Eddie Star 8 asks, can we expect more figures to also come out this year?
Well, we do have a Wave 2 coming later this summer. Okay. And beyond that, I mean, tune in to maybe San Diego Comic-Con and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, noted. Thank you. Mikey Sanchez 6 says, when will they be available for purchase?
Now, up for pre-order now at MattelCreations.com. All of our great retail partners like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, and Walmart. And you will find these on shelf at Target as well.
Awesome. And Dear Sarah asks, and I'm glad we're revisiting this because I love it so much. Dear Sarah says, any other Street Sharks gear I can buy?
Oh, we're hoping for more. Like, hopefully this is just the beginning of something really cool to come.
But show off the gear again, just in case Dear Sarah missed it. I love the designs on these. I feel like they're so 90s. It's amazing. It's so much fun. And then I'm Just Alan asks, how articulated are the figures?
Oh, wow. So we've added several points of articulation: ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. So they're pretty well articulated, also the waist. So in comparison to the original figures, they're really well articulated. You can get all kinds of great battle poses. They're a ton of fun to play with.
Okay, fantastic. I am looking just now, and thank you so much for all of your questions in chat. I do see we might have one more from Tough Custard, who says, how much will it cost?
So SRP for the Street Sharks 30th anniversary collection is $24.99. So right in line with all your favorite collector lines.
There it is. Awesome. Well, chat, thank you so much for asking all of your questions. Thank you, everybody, for answering them. And I also want to thank Cozy Vanilla 45235 We hope you enjoy your thank you gift, these Wave 1 figures. You'll have bragging rights in any waters for being the first Street Sharks fan to get their fins on this Jawsome set. We told you, a shark never forgets. So thanks to all the fans making a big splash in the chat. We appreciate you. Now, for those of you just joining the stream, Street Sharks fans just got an exclusive look at our favorite sharks hitting the streets again. A huge thank you to Bruce, Damon, and Steve for these 30th anniversary Street Shark reveals and for answering our questions today. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha.
You're amazing, and feel free to take your sharks with you.
Will do. We can't leave these behind.
As you go. I know. I wish you could leave them with me, but sadly. All right. Now, it feels like it is time for another figure 8 reveal. No? Let's do it? Now that we've taken a dive into the nostalgic waters of Street Sharks, let's journey into the realm of heroic warriors and cosmic battles. But before we journey to the realm of Masters of the Universe, how about we unlock another mystery of the universe? What will the next figure 8 reveal be? I feel like those of you that have been watching the stream all day today probably know where I'm going with this. You'll probably know maybe the realm that this figure will be from. Dun da da! If you guessed Masters of the Universe as the figure 8 collectible that we'd be unboxing next, you would be correct. There it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Masters of the Universe figure 8 collectible. All right, there we go. Ooh, this is really fun. This is really fun. I'm a MOTU fan from way back, so I'm with everybody in chat who's super stoked about this. As a kid, I was especially a big fan of She-Ra. And speaking of which, what's a girl got to do to get a cape or a sword of protection around here, right? Ooh, okay. All right, thank you. Chat, I feel like I should put this on now. Should I put this on now? Let's do it. I hope I don't mess up my microphone. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, I asked for it. I made the joke. I brought this on myself right now. Got it. Okay, here we go. Glasses back on so that I can see, hey, not too shabby, right? So I had tons of the classic toys back in the 90s, and now my son has gotten into the new series and really loves the book lore that was released, so we're a very pro MOTU family. But here we go. This is the figure 8 collectible. I love the hero and villain dichotomy that's happening here on the figure 8. Very nice. I like the split down the middle here as well. And that continues. So, I mean, that split is on the body style here too, maximizing the hero and the villain aspect of it, and even on the back here too. So the design for the Masters of the Universe figure 8 was done by Sam Pack. I'm going to go ahead and set this right back down here. That was done by Sam Pack, and this is what he said about the creative process. The inspiration for my design came from the form factor of the figures itself. The hoodie collar looks like armor and led me to create this battle armor. Now, He-Man versus Skeletor is the battle armor. I wanted to showcase good and evil and capture the hero versus villain play that is so much a part of the heritage of Masters of the Universe. So there we have it. By the power of Grayskull, I am Trisha! I'm sorry, I've been really excited for the MOTU segment all day. And it's time to ask this mighty figure 8 my next question. Get ready, because it's a doozy. Will 2024 be my hero or villain era? Let's see. Without a doubt. You know, I feel like that really says it all. We're all heroes. We're all villains. It will be both my hero and villain era. And most importantly, so many of us watching right now are fans, and MOTU fans specifically. Also, for those of you in chat, are you Team He-Man or Team Skeletor? Please let me know in the chat. I think it's probably pretty obvious which team I rep right now. Yeah, take a look at this cape. Thank you for hooking it up, everybody. This is great. This is great. So while I think about that truth bomb that the figure 8 just gave me, let's look into the fate of Masters of the Universe. Joining us is Zara, a true Masters of the Universe expert. So Zara, welcome to the stream today.
Hello, MOTU family. Hello, Trish, or should I say Trisha Tour?
Trisha Tour. I love it.
the cave.
I love it. It's perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Zara, what can MOTU fans look forward to this year?
Oh my gosh, Trisha, they can look forward to the entire universe. In all seriousness, it's going to be an incredible year for MOTU. We are talking Revolution figures in Masterverse alongside our super popular new Eternia series. Also, I know you've been watching with your son, but fans, if you have not checked out the new Revolution series on Netflix, please do. Do yourself a favor. It is epic. Going back to product. For Origins, we're taking it back to the screen with Cartoon Collection as our new theme. So this comes with new packaging and new accessories right from the Filmation show. And then for us old school fans out there, we are continuing to deliver Mattel Creation vintage exclusives right here.
Yes, right here through Mattel Creation.
Absolutely. And then, last but not least, I'm not done. I'm rolling up my sleeves. We also have a tubular collaboration with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in our mashup line, Turtles of Grayskull. It's truly a dream come true for anyone who grew up in the 80s.
Hold on, back that up for a second. Turtles of Grayskull collaboration. Cowabunga. I'm so excited. I feel like my childhood just got all mashed together there in one collab. That's so fun. Well, thank you, Zara.
Of course.
I can't wait to hear more about that a little bit later when you come back. So thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. But first, let's dive into Eternia and introduce two more experts. So thank you, Zara. We'll see you in just a little bit. Roy and Damon, come on out here. Come on out here, friends. So welcome Roy and Damon to the stream. Roy, can you kick us off? Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at Mattel.
Yes, hi, I'm Roy Juarez, and I'm the key lead packaging designer on Masters of the Universe.
Awesome. And Damon?
And I am Damon Nee. I am Senior Director of Action Figure Design.
Welcome back, Damon.
Thank you. Changed my shirt in case you didn't recognize me.
You know what? Hey, I love the wardrobe change. Roy, a little bird told me that there's some new packaging for Masterverse.
Yes, that's correct. Actually, we do have new packaging for Masterverse. We have this new Masterverse packaging. We redesigned it with the modern collector in mind. The new packaging features beautiful artwork on the front that complements the character story and allows in-package collectors to display packaging front view or spine. The artwork on the side panels highlight different accessories and alternate looks. On the back of the box, we feature glam shots and insets of the product to emphasize accessories and product details.
Love it. Okay, now Damon, what's the scoop on the cartoon collection for the Masters of the Universe Origins fans this year?
Yeah, okay, so for Cartoon Collection, we're taking the Origin system of play and we're transitioning from the vintage-inspired styling to a more cartoon content-inspired aesthetic. So the action figures' proportions, their posture, and their likenesses are all derived directly from the animation. So this gives us a fresh new look while ensuring that these figures can stand alongside and play along with our vintage-styled figures.
Okay. And if that weren't enough, there's even more. We're making a quick detour to get an exclusive look inside the incredible work of these stunt puppets. So dim your lights at home and let's go behind the curtains of the world premiere of Pearl of Power, brought to you by Cartoon Collection. Stay tuned, fans. We'll be revealing the fall 2024 Mattel Creations exclusives right after this video, along with a conversation with the designers. You will not want to miss it. But first, Pearl of Power. Let's watch.
Hi everyone, I'm Roy Juarez and I'm the key lead packaging designer on Masters of the Universe.
Hey everybody, I'm Sam Pack, Senior Designer on Masters of the Universe.
I'm Shel Wagner-Rosh.
I'm Justin Rosh.
And we are
Stunt Puppet Pictures.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Graham. I'm brand manager for Masters of the Universe.
I am a huge fan of Masters of the Universe, MOTU, And I grew up watching it, I grew up playing with it. It was the perfect age to kind of catch that barbarian craze that was happening back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Growing up, me and my older brother watched a lot of Saturday morning cartoons, and He-Man was definitely one of the tops for us.
I did watch He-Man when I was a kid. I remember just, once school let out, just running home as fast as I can to try to catch that intro.
I had never seen figures that looked like that. That's one of the things I loved about them. They were these ridiculously buff, really fun names for all these weirdo characters. And it just, stole my heart. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
I would bring my characters, they would bring their figures, and then together, we would have like this awesome world, of these collected figures, and then we would just play like endlessly.
I remember when we started this brand and we relaunched, we added this articulation, we updated some designs and stuff like that on the product side, but our goal at the end of the day was we wanted your figures to do what you imagined they could do when you were a kid. So I actually had a friend who had worked with them previously for some stuff they'd done in video games. He shared the work with me and I saw it for the first time and I was blown away. The level of detail that they brought into their work was sensational.
We focus on stop motion animation. Now we're working on...
Yes, toys have been very big for our company. And for me as a toy lover, this has been a match made in heaven.
I absolutely fell in love with their work when I saw that first video, and I recall He-Man does a backflip and he lands and you could see the dust come out from his landing.
After I watched the first He-Man video, I was just amazed and so happy to have them involved with our brand.
The magic that came out of this really was amazing.
When I saw that video for the first time, I thought it was just super cool just seeing that.
It was action-packed, it was fun, it was funny.
Taking me back to my childhood when I was playing with the He-Man toys, and then just all those funny voices that you would create, or that you would give your figures.
Castle of Grayskull will be mine!
Not as long as I got my powers, or... Huh? Where's my sword?
My dad also, he would see me in the backyard playing with my figures. He would join me and we would both play with them.
It had that piece that kind of pulled on the heartstrings a little bit, that made you remember what it was like being a kid playing with toys.
I got the feels, right? Because it's passing the sword to a new generation, not only for the fans from generation to generation, but even on our side, all the guys that started Masters back in the 80s, it kind of felt like, we're the new ambassadors of this brand.
So how do we make our stories?
So Mattel will give us characters to work with and a theme, and then we will create a few different story ideas to pitch to them. And once they sign off on one of the ideas, then we start making an animatic so we can work out all of our camera angles and kind of choreograph the overall version of the short.
And for those of you that don't know what an animatic is, it's basically a movie with real cuts and real angles and choices that are going to illustrate the story. So we're able to show that with Mattel, a figure-based animatic, and then we're also able to use that as the basis for when we go down to our main studio where we actually act out all of the action.
What stood out to me about their work is just the fluidity of their puppets and how they articulate the action figures to make it look real. The choreography is amazing. They just move so naturally how any actor in a film would. And what I find amazing is that they actually act out the choreography. And I think that really shows when the figures are fighting each other, because it just looks like an action film, right? Choreographed by real actors.
We really like to choreograph our shorts. So I have a background in choreography and Justin has a background in stunts, and we met playing with each other. We like to play.
Yeah.
Moving is really important to us. So the choreography is not the challenge for us. That's the fun part, where we just get to go down and choose your weapon.
Choreographing anything from storyboards to camera movement to everything we do at Stunt Puppet Pictures, right? Like that's our name. It's like action choreography or action filmmaking. We have so much inspiration in things we physically do, from martial arts, rock climbing, skateboarding, BMX, all the stuff that we do, parkour, and we incorporate it into our films. And then it's really exciting to not only have us involved, but we're getting our neighbors involved. We're getting like friends that we find delivering mail, anyone we can
Will
help
you
us.
just put on this blue shirt and be Skeletor for a moment? We need
You're a
someone
new
to push this boulder.
employee. Come on, you're Trapjaw. Let's do this, right? Like it's really fun to get everyone involved because it's play, right? And that's one of the most exciting things about, for me as an animator, filmmaker, is we play when we make our films. We're playing when we're designing our films. I'm literally playing with MOTU toys. Like, it's an incredible gift, and I feel super grateful. And it's hard work. Don't let us. It's
well,
hard
we also
work.
we actually
but we
enjoy
really
hard
enjoy
work.
It. Yes. And while we act out all of the action, we're able to get a much better view of how long it's going to take, seconds-wise to animate. What the action is going to be is much easier to communicate with Mattel than just the figures going clash, or something like that.
They need to really sign off on our animatic so that once we start animating, we can animate straight through. There's not time generally to go back and change.
Yeah, it's a pretty high stakes field of animation as far as like what you get is kind of what you get. And the more clear we are at communicating what our intentions are for the film and how it's going to feel by doing it in live action, the clearer everybody is on what we're going to get.
Seeing these new figures that we designed coming to life in these stump puppet videos are amazing. They really show off the articulation, the updates that we've made, what our figures can really do.
I've seen how they take the artwork from the packaging, and the thing is that with packaging, we just create this moment, this one moment in time, right? But it seems like stump puppets, what they do is they take that one moment and then they just bring it to life.
The world of Eternia is so vast. There's so many settings, there's so many battlegrounds and places to explore. I think Stump Puppets did a really amazing job kind of going to different places. We see dungeons, we see Snake Mountain.
Here's an example of a finished set. The camera's all set up for our first shot, so you're getting a sneak peek of our next short here. Looks like Skeletor is up to no good. He asked me if I would make some bricks for the background, and I made some bricks. I'm like, well, what if I put a building? And then what if I made a little sidewalk? And what would make a good road? And my puzzle brain got so fired up that now I make sets.
Now she can make anything.
For a living.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I like this environment because it is a cave that is also a dragon's mouth. This is one of the things I love about Eternia because there's just so many fun places. There's swamps and deserts and forests and castles and caves that look like dragon's mouths. Here's a set that's in progress. So once I have my sky and my ground plane and my basic structures, I can start adding in special elements, like in this case, boulders. When you throw a boulder in stop motion, it has to have a rig so the animator can move it frame by frame a little bit at a time. And if someone were to actually punch the boulder and the boulder would fall apart into a lot of different pieces, then every piece would need a rig so that they can animate all the pieces flying. So James Duffy, who's an amazing fabricator, has made a lot of beautiful boulders for me here. And we're ready to get them on the set and start pulling everything together really soon.
Me and Shelly have choreographed it. We have a scene. It's been cast out to whichever animator here at Stump Puppet Pictures is going to do it. And we now have to go in and problem solve on how we're going to photograph these characters, 24 photos per second of animation. I'll be going in and I'll pose the figure, move it a little bit, take a picture. Move the pose a little bit more, move this guy a little bit more, take a picture. And if you've done it well, it has the illusion of life. It has the illusion of power, physics, gravity, breath. And that's one of the most thrilling parts of the process for me as an animator, is bringing these guys to life.
Is stop motion challenging? Yes. There's so many challenges. In fact, all of stop motion is a challenge. And so if you don't have a puzzle brain, then it's not going to be very fun. But if you have a puzzle brain like we have, then it's just so fun to dig into these challenges and find solutions.
Yeah, in every short we've created, like if it's a porthole, or if it's a quicksand trap, or the interior of a castle, or all of the many, many, many things. So how do you make He-Man stick to Battle Cat when you're animating
How do you
him?
make He-Man reach his shoulder behind his
Right.
sword behind his back when his shoulder has a
When his
limited range of
biceps are
motion?
so huge.
It's got very big
It's
muscles.
really hard sometimes to reach things, right? And we shoot at 24 frames per second, so there's a lot of pictures that you have to take.
That's 1,500 pictures for every short we make.
Yep, and that's if it works out. That's the other thing too, is we try to do things that are a little bit better than your average bear, right? Like we're trying to really make these things live and breathe and not just feel like toys, but the illusion of life. So we're really, really working hard. And if it's an unacceptable shot, we're doing it again. We're gonna go back and shoot it again.
You see how these characters might move and act and fight and defend each other in ways that was always in your imagination.
The flashes on the swords when they clash, the sound effects, it's all amazing.
Give it to our sound guy, Emmanuel Ferran. And what he does is he adds on all of the impacts and Foley and mixes the music together to really bring it to life. So every filmmaker knows the second you get those impacts and those emotional beats in there, your film improves 1,000,000%.
What's been incredible is that every time we challenge them with something new, whether it's a more complex story or new characters or a bigger fight scene, they've really risen to the challenge. We've been doing it for 5 years now. And so I'm so excited for the next stage of what they're able to produce.
Can't wait to see what Stun Puppets does with the cartoon collection figures because we've all seen the show, we've all seen the cartoons, but having them as stop motion animations, it elevates it a whole other level because it's actually using the figures, it shows off the articulation, shows off what our figures can do.
So right now I've been working on the cartoon collection, artwork and packaging. It's been fun, especially because they come with these really specific accessories that ties back to content.
And so for this year, we are really excited to bring Stun Puppets back in to work with us on Cartoon Collection, our newest part of Origins. And I am so excited to introduce to you guys the world premiere of our first video this year, Pearl of Power.
Wasn't that Stun Puppets cartoon collection video so good? I'm in love with it. All right. Get ready for a Mattel Creations exclusive drop, and who better to give you all the details than Roy and Damon and Zara. Okay, so Roy and Damon, spill it. Who's the star of the show in this exclusive?
All right, get ready guys, because Cyclone is making his grand entrance, and this guy is a force of nature. He was a star player in the Vintage line, and we teased him at Comic-Con last year, and fans were really, really excited for the reveal.
Awesome. Masters of the Universe fans, click on the side of the stream on Cyclone, and you can check out all the details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without leaving the live stream. You can even get one of those super cool Masters of the Universe t-shirts you're seeing modeled right now. Yeah, I know, Damon, you've got yours on too, looking good. Okay, Damon, give us the lowdown on this character. For anyone who might be watching that might be unfamiliar with Cyclone, powers heroic and evil. Should you tell them or should I? You should, take it.
Okay, well, Cyclone is a powerhouse, and like we mentioned, he is a force of nature. He fights for eternity alongside He-Man, so that makes him a hero. And he has the ability to generate cyclones, hence his name. And we're bringing this guy to life with some awesome, iconic product features. All right, so first off, he does have the standard MOTU Origins articulation, so he's really well articulated. He comes with these 2 interchangeable cyclone hands. He has this mechanical wing attachment here. He has an incredible lenticular chest armor. And to activate his spinning attack, you need to unlock his mechanism, turn the dial on his belt. Oh, let me get his hands up. And then he can spin into battle. So this mechanism allows us to maintain the waist articulation for posability, but then also have a really great way to activate the battle attack.
Yeah, and those wings, they can be full up and down or full horizontal, right?
Yeah, so you have 2 positions for how they pose on the figure, but there's also 2 positions on the back in which they can lock in.
Nice. All right, that's super cool. Thank you for showing us that, Damon. And Roy, what should we expect on Cyclone's packaging? And is there any new artwork we can look forward to?
Yeah, most definitely. So for Cyclone's packaging, it's truly a work of art in itself. Paying homage to the character's significance, we got some jaw-dropping artwork to show you, and the fans are just going to love this here. So we can see at the actual packaging here that we have on display here, the artwork on the front of the box is actually inspired by the Hordes of Hordak mini comic book. You can see right here in the background, we have a Hurricane Hordak there. He's mass producing Horde troopers. And then we just have our awesome hero right here, Cyclone with this hurricane effects, just, you know, knocking down every Horde trooper that comes his way. And then as we spin the packaging around, we feature this beautiful artwork that covers the entire back panel. The artwork itself is a homage to the great master Earl Norham, one of the paintings he did. He featured actually He-Man fighting that dragon snake creature that you see inside the cave, but we swapped him out for Cyclone so that he's the protagonist here in this artwork. And then we always know when there's Cyclone in the artwork, Mossman's never too far behind.
That artwork looks incredible. I agree with Mad Tinker Gnome in chat that says that artwork is intense. This is awesome. MOTU fans right now in chat, we see you sharing the love. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the love for Cyclone in particular. And we love to see it, and we're feeling inspired by your passion. So stay tuned for even more surprises. Now, Zara, can you give us a sneak peek into who else might be joining the party in 2024?
Oh, we are giving everyone an invitation. Everyone is joining the party, Trisha. On Origins, we have tons more core and deluxe exclusives still to come. You guys rock, because Rock-On already sold out last month, but you can expect Extendar to come out this summer. And then we have Night Stalker, Demo Man, and Geldor all joining us for the back half of the year. Demo Man and Geldor, they're both core scale Origins figures, and I'm gonna geek out for a second because I'm so excited. We are finally bringing Demo Man into our line. First of all, this was actually one of the early concept designs for Skeletor himself, and the lore is really fascinating, right? Because in classics, you see the story play out. Hordak merges Keldor with Demo Man to actually transform him into the overlord of evil.
Yes.
Increased abilities. I mean, this is one bad demon. I'm gonna pass it over to one bad Damon to tell us more.
All right, guys, so here is Demo Man, and he's in his tattered tunic and his battle-worn armor. He has his scabbard and his Morning Star. And as I mentioned, this was the original design for Skeletor, so we're including a swappable Skeletor head, as well as this helmed skull, which was an homage back to the original art from Mark Keller's work.
Nice. If that still leaves you despondos, we also have Geldor joining the fold. He is one of my personal favorites on Mattel Creations this year. I don't know why he was obsessed with immortality, because he is the George Clooney of the MOTU line. Sorry, King Randor.
I'll take that, yeah. Officially now, George Clooney of the MOTU line.
You heard it here first. The evil barbarian first appeared in the original 80s mini-comics, and he was obsessed with finding the secret liquid of life, becoming more powerful than He-Man. But it's our boy He-Man, so obviously he defeats Geldor in battle, shatters the liquid, and this giant tree essentially ate Geldor up.
Yep.
Talk about a tree of life.
For sure.
Geldor's fate remained the same in his appearance in classics, but he's a true warrior. I love this figure so much. Damon, tell the people more.
Oh, happy to do so. So here's Geldor in his crimson armor. We are including his giant cleaver of an axe that can store on his back. He also comes with 2 additional axes that can combine to become one gigantic weapon. And he also comes with a shield to make sure that this guy is more than a match for He-Man.
Awesome. Thank you, Damon. So then as we shift gears to Masterverse, we launched our new Eternia Snout Spout earlier this year. It is oversized, and honestly, I hope people love the articulated hose nose as much as I do. It's amazing. We do have one more item we're introducing in fall, which is an oversized new Eternia Horde Trooper, because who doesn't want supersized army of robot foot soldiers? He's absolutely massive, standing at 8 inches. He has tons of removable limbs and parts, and a little Easter egg surprise underneath the helmet.
Ooh. All right, well, I love this, and my eye is drawn to the packaging. So, Roy, what can fans expect in terms of packaging for the Mattel Creations exclusives this year?
Yeah, so we are very happy to share that through packaging innovations, no plastic is used in the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe collectibles. We're also talking about pizza box inspired designs, more stunning artwork, and a trifold display card. All the details all the details that are going to take your Masterverse collection to a whole new level. And we actually have a little surprise here for everyone.
Ooh, we love surprises.
So we actually comped this package here in-house just to have it ready for everyone to be able to view it today. So here we have our Masterverse packaging for the new Eternia Horde Trooper. As you can see here, the artwork on the front, we have this beautiful large portrait of the Horde Trooper there, and then at the bottom, you see this epic battle happening between the Horde Troopers and the Eternian guards. As we turn around the packaging here, we see his alternate look where he comes with his removable helmet, so we get a look at what that head sculpt looks like. It's very cool. And then we have additional Horde Troopers there in the back with the extra accessories that come with him. But that's not all. We actually open up the packaging here, and as we do that, we have this beautiful Horde logo here on the inner flap there, and then we have this trifold card that's basically a zoomed out version of the artwork from the front. So once we remove that, this actually becomes a diorama piece. It's double-sided printing, so the front right here, like I said, it's that artwork that we saw in the front, but full artwork there. And as we turn that around, we have this beautiful diorama. Ooh. And that's a nice view of what's it called?
Fright Zone.
Thank you. Thank you, the Doom Tower there too. And then, if we see inside here, we have the Horde Trooper there packed out. And you can see this guy is really, really massive. As you can tell, he really takes up, most of the package right there. So really, really cool figure. Super excited about this guy here.
Awesome, and I love the different display options too. Having the double-sided print on that's really nice. So for everyone who wants to display on a shelf, maybe with a little pin light, you've got a lot of options, which is cool. So thank you for sharing that. And for Zara, is there anything else that MOTU fans should be on the lookout for?
No, of course, absolutely. We have so much still in store. Brace yourself. We've got something big, massive on the horizon. Keep your eyes out for the Snake Lair crowdfund.
Ooh.
Details coming soon.
See what you did there.
And as always, we love talking to our fans. So if you're planning on attending San Diego Comic-Con this year, please stop by the MOTU booth, say hi, check out our latest product. For a lot of us, and I know I speak for Damon and Roy, this is our favorite part of the job because we get to geek out with MOTU fans and talk about the product we make. Come over because we also have tons of reveals and an exclusive that will not disappoint.
Okay, and all that's at Comic-Con, right?
All of it.
Love it. Noted. Now, before we answer your questions, we've been gathering a ton of them, so thank you so much for your questions. Before we answer your questions, we've got a question for you, a little trivia question just to get the conversation going. What was the first Filmation episode that Cyclone appeared in? I feel like this is a really hard question.
Yeah, no softballs here.
No softballs for MOTU. What was the first episode? If you know the episode number and or the episode name, I feel like we'll take either. I see someone guess 6. Oh, somebody got it. Somebody got it. I saw it. It was going really fast, but I did see.
Yep.
There you go.
Amused Potato It's Here, There, Skeletors Everywhere, episode 116. So congratulations, probably more people than Amused Potato got it, but anyone that answered all the imaginary internet points and internet cred to you for answering. So thank you. Good job, everyone. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to dive right into your questions because there's so many. Tellus Ramon said, are any more Horde members going to enter the Masterverse line or Origins?
No.
I mean,
well, we've seen this lovely figure.
No, beyond that, we love the Horde faction, some of my favorite characters. So we do have a catalog dropping on Tuesdays. If you check out @Masters on our Instagram channel, and you may just find some more reveals in for the fall items.
Okay, so that gives us another place. So San Diego Comic-Con and there. Okay, great.
Got
Two
it all.
places to check. Love it. Take Action Figures says, is there still a chance we will see the other options from the Creations fan vote get made?
You know, that's a great question. First of all, thank you guys for the engagement. We loved seeing all the votes come in to decide on Eternia's Choice. I think for all of us, those are such iconic items, and we're always looking for ways we can bring them out, whether it's through crowdfunds, creations, or just retail placements. Never say never is what I would say.
Okay. Matt Anderson, 39, says, how do you decide which characters get the new Eternia makeovers?
Well, it's a tough process because we have so many characters that we love and so many characters that we want to see some new interpretations of. It's a long vetting process within the team. It's a team effort. The team is full of passionate fans themselves, and so it's a collaborative effort of identifying who is next to be featured into New Eternia.
Okay, thank you for that. It looks like Ian Stello says, is Masterverse Panther a possibility?
You know, our social media Where's Panther campaign showed us all the love you guys have for Panther, and we've obviously done Battle Cat, so we kind of need the opposite. Again, I would say never say never.
Never say never. Okay, great. Kyle Butler, 2021, says, will you be incorporating any other concept art or vehicles that never got made in the 80s?
Yeah, well, I want to say absolutely, but we have giant lists of characters and vehicles and accessories that we want to get to. It's a matter of when is kind of what it gets is the real answer is when can we get to them. So more to come. Nothing to announce right now, but yes, there's such depth and wealth in this brand, and we want to get to it all.
Awesome. Thank you for answering. Sasha Vogue, I hope I said your name correctly, said, will all remaining MOTU vintage figures come to Origins?
Yes, I can say that when we first started Origins, part of the promise we wanted to make to all the collectors was that we will complete the vintage line. So continue to check out Mattel Creations because we are planning to deliver the rest of vintage to you guys.
Woo! All right. P. Varn says, when do we get Man of War action figure?
Ooh, I would say, again, check out @Masters on Instagram. Tuesday, we have our catalog drop, and you can see what's coming in fall.
Okay, I love that you're like...
I'm leaving a little bit of suspense.
Yes, there's a little mystery, but also, like...
You won't be disappointed, maybe.
There it is. Hey! All right, let's see what else we have. I think we have time for just a couple more. Love Chio Thomas, I believe is your name, says, will we see Revolution characters in Origins, maybe besides King Grayskull or asides King Grayskull?
Yeah, the hope is to get to all the content that has been out there. That is the goal. And it's just, again, going back to it's a matter of when. And we're talking about that breadth and depth. There's so many giant chapters of storytelling that we want to reintroduce through Origins. It's just give us the opportunity, the time to get to it all.
Okay, perfect. And I think one more question we can take that we have time for. Penny in My Chest says, are there more figures for the Stranger Things collaborations?
Ooh, you almost know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say we have a fall catalog. Turn it upside down, turn it back side up. It's a little Easter egg hint for maybe what you can expect.
Okay, there it is. Well, thank you all so much for your questions, everybody. And thank you, team, for answering them for us. You're amazing. Now, MOTU fans, we do have one last surprise for you. Kyle Butler, 2021, from Instagram. We hope you enjoy your thank you gift. This amazing Cyclone figure signed by the design and packaging team. We loved all the hype that you gave Cyclone on socials. Thank you so much. So thank you to you. Thank you to all the MOTU fans watching who are staying active in the chat. We see you and we appreciate you. Now, for those of you just joining us, MOTU fans just got an exclusive first look at the incredible Cyclone, which you can click below for more details or to the side for more details and to purchase your own. And that's it. So there you have it. Again, a big thank you to Roy, Damon, and Zara. You've been amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Joining us today. Anytime. Come back anytime on the stream. Thank you for unveiling all the surprises that we have in store this year. Now, another heroic day thanks to Mattel Creations and the exclusives in 2024. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Bye, friends. That was so fun. Whew! What a day. Just a few hours ago, we began this journey together through the first day of Mattel Creations Revealed. We were so young. Now, a little reminder for you all. You can click on all your favorites just over here. Click on them. You can check out the details up close at MattelCreations.com. Purchase your favorites without leaving the live stream. You can even get your own Mattel Creations t-shirt. Like, oh, there it is. Like that one that you can see there. My cape's covering it. So we had a day. Today, we heard from designer Ethan Wood, who told us all about the incredible new Figure 8 Premium Collectible series. We kicked it old school with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots versions, saw Monster High's Spooky Chic take on it, unboxed the adorable Fisher-Price design, and even got our Eternia fix with the Masters of the Universe Figure 8 collectible. But if you still want more, great news. We'll be unboxing more Figure 8 designs tomorrow. So meet us right back here, same place, same time. We got to meet Monster High's new ghoul in school, Lenore Lumington, and she was a stunner. Hearing from the designers who brought us that beautiful nightmare was a dream come true. And we heard from some truly obsessed Monster High fans who weren't afraid to creep it real. We got to go inside the minds and cubes of some of Mattel Creations' most enthusiastic collectors. Your office collections were drool-worthy, if not a little unhinged. I'm looking at you, Derek. It was truly a pleasure to hear from Uno game fans across the country who take the game very seriously. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. Speaking of Uno brand fans, we got the first look at Uno fandom. From Harry Potter to Star Trek and a glimpse of what is to come with throwback holiday classics, we're making sure your hand is decked out. We got an all-access pass into the halls of Mattel Creations with Mattel Me What You Do Here. I had no idea it took so many people to make the collectibles that we're all so obsessed with. From the bottom of our toy-loving hearts, thank you. The Little People team joined the action to show us an exclusive behind-the-scenes making of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collectible set and told us about the exclusive Rick and Morty and Voltron sets. And just when you thought we'd shown you every corner of the Mattel Creations offices, we went even deeper. And by we, I mean me, because they let me run wild through the warehouse, you guys. Besides being a top 10 moment of my life so far, it was amazing to take a stroll down memory lane and into our collective childhoods to revisit the culture-pushing toys that defined so many decades. Which is a great segue to Street Sharks, who introduced us to the new 30th anniversary collection. Between us, I made sure the fine print of my contract included must-receive Street Sharks hoodie clause, because it's so cute. Finally, we visited beautiful Eternia and met the stunt puppets who make MOTU stop-motion magic together. The creativity and dedication to the craft is fandom at its finest, and it was so cool to see. And we got to learn more about the incredible Origins Cyclone collectible, an instant must-have for any MOTU collector. We also wanted to say a huge thank you to those of you in chat. We love the love that you're sharing with us today, and so we're really, really happy to see it, so thank you. Folks, thank you so much for tuning into Mattel Creations Revealed, but we have even more to reveal tomorrow during our second and final day of the event. I'm talking more premium figure 8 collectible unboxing, a major product reveal from Queen Bee, that would be the Barbie, big news from Mega that you won't want to miss, appearances from the WWE team, and last but not least, scorching news from Hot Wheels. We'll meet more designers and take more questions from our viewers, so tee up your burning questions, get your fingers ready to light up the chat, and buckle up for day 2 of Revealed. It just gets better from here, if you can believe it. See you tomorrow, everybody.